successive sprints. It's Marc Marquez who takes the victory. Alex Marquez second. That's his mark, sees back the lead in the World Championship. Fermin Aldeguer on the podium for the first time in the Premier Classes. Tour de France legend Mark Cavendish waves the checkered flag.
Costa's gone down, by the way, in the Recordamon on the final lap. Pedro Costa out of 5th place, which promotes Vinales and Zarco to 5th and 6th, Gian Antonio to 7th, Rins to 8th, and Joan Mir into the points in 9th. Pedro Costa has rejoined and is about to cross the line now, but he has blown that top 6 on the very last lap.
Great moments there. The Marquez brothers are pretty close with Fermin Aldeguer. Late drama then for Acosta. It's an unlucky turn 13, isn't it, for the Spaniard? And that's cruel because he'd ridden his heart out, recovering from that arm pump surgery. He managed to jump back on board that damaged RC16, and he took the checkered flag in 19th place. Cost him in excess, well, it cost him pretty much 25 seconds, that late tumble, which does put Vinales up to 5th, Zarco 6th then. The Gian Antonio, who was getting the better of that late battle with Rins, is 7th, and the late crash for Acosta does put Joan Mir on the factory Honda into the final point scoring place in 9th. He started P10, he finishes P10 for Raul Fernandez, but his perfect run on Sprint Saturdays shows no signs of ending, doesn't it? As Marc Marquez, you have to say, made it look so easy. Wouldn't see a break in the early resolve of pole starter Fabio Quartararo. It all looked rather inevitable, didn't it? And he does clinch the accolade of being the first rider ever to win 6 consecutive sprints.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people?
Actually, it's your toes. You may have a contagious nail fungus.
How the hell is everybody doing today?
I had it too. My doctor prescribed a topical treatment. Don't fear the fungus.
Hope everybody's having a great day.
Don't fear the fungus.
Jublia is the #1 prescribed topical brand used to treat toenail fungal infections, also known as onychomycosis. Apply Jublia to clean, dry affected toenails and surrounding skin only. Don't use in your mouth, eyes, or vagina. Jublia may cause irritation. The most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Most commercially insured patients may pay as little as $0 copay. Eligibility restrictions may apply. Go to JubliaRx.com for terms and conditions. Talk to your doctor to see if Jublia is right for you.
Don't fear the fungus with Jublia.
Whoa! What the?
Time for cake!
Wow! I'm gonna name him Nathan.
Nope.
At Terminix, our local experts keep pests out of your party and your head year-round. Before stress shows up, Terminix it.
Tender, juicy, and perfectly seasoned. It's chicken made for dipping. So, bye-bye bun, hello, McCrispy strips. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If you feel held back by the weight of financial decisions...
Today we have the truck race from Kansas.
Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit...
Trucks from Kansas.
And more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma.
It's gonna be a fun race,
Memorial Day
hopefully.
savings are going on now with Ashley. Summer is heating up with our incredible selection of hot buys starting at just $2.99. Plus get 0% interest for 72 months. Shop in store and online. Only at Ashley.
I thought green flag was at 742. It's at 752.
Silverstone for a British spectacle
So that's
in the
okay.
7th round of the World Championship.
That's okay.
Who will claim victory as the fastest riders on the planet put everything on the line in search of one thing, glory? And at Silverstone, expect surprises. We'll see you in the UK on FS1.
For the run, he could go on. Mark Cavendish, Tour de France legend, presents the silver medal to Alex Marquez. And as saw himself yesterday.
Today we got trucks from Kansas.
Thursday.
It's the Advent something fuckers fucking bitches 200.
Marc Marquez wins another. His perfect Saturday afternoon record.
Art of Healthcare.
And he regains the World
Art of Healthcare
Championship
200. Which probably means that another CEO needs to get shot. You know?
Welcome to the heartland of America. Rolling hills and prairies stretch as far as
Because, you know,
can see.
they're spending all this money advertising for a NASCAR race, but they could actually be, you know, doing what health insurance companies are supposed to do.
This 1.5-mile track of pure speed, adrenaline, and multi-groove racing is sure to fill the highlight reel.
Check up.
Can Corey Heim build on his dominance here and continue to pull ahead of the competition? Or will a new face step up to the challenge tonight? It's Craftsman Truck Series Racing from Kansas Speedway.
It's a beautiful evening in the Heartland as we welcome you to Kansas Speedway for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series live on FS1. Nice shot of Kansas City about 16 miles away, and look at this. I mean, picture perfect, 80 degrees, a little breezy. It doesn't get better than this, and we are ready to kick things off. Happy to have you on this Saturday afternoon as we are set for race number 9 on this season. I'm Jamie Little. That's Michael Waltrip, and we're so happy to have the 2012 NASCAR Cup Series champion and former team owner in the Truck Series, Brad Keselowski. So, Brad, you just came off the track from practice and qualifying. What are these truckers up against? They were last on the track about 3.5 hours ago.
Well, they're in for a great track. We love coming to Kansas Speedway as a driver because, you know, this track is super fast and it's really challenging. One of the most challenging things about it, Jamie, and particularly today for the truck race, is how the weather's going to change. We're right at that sunset period. The track's going to continuously adjust, and as a driver, you're going to have to adjust. The crew chief's going to have to adjust to make good lap times around here. And you're probably going to have to run some lanes on the track that aren't super comfortable, Michael.
And you're going to do it at 180 miles an hour down in these corners. And 2 and 3, I guarantee you, before this race is over, we're going to call out 4 wide. That's how intense the racing is here. And the fact that the turns are variable banks, you can go right up next to that outside wall or run down at the bottom. There's so many options for the drivers, and that's what drivers love, being able to take a truck and drive where they ain't, pass somebody where they're not running, and that's what we're going to see tonight. It's going to be great.
Well, Michael, earlier, I mean, every driver we heard from, they were so excited to be here. They love racing here. And, you know, we do have 2 Cup drivers in the field, Carson Hocevar and William Byron. Byron is one of 2 trucks going to the rear. He's got his work cut out for him, but it can be done.
Absolutely. This is a track you can pass at. I'm sure William's really excited to see him pass those cars. He wants to pass them trucks. That's a lot of fun as a driver, but probably wants to start up in front. Can't wait to see these guys race tonight.
All right, let's now go trackside to kick things off with opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise as you're able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Nevada High School Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome from the Chief Ministry Office for Unconventional Business Network, Pastor Mike Willich.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful weather you brought to us tonight. Thank you for this beautiful track, the racers, their teams, those behind the scenes, and these amazing fans. Father, we ask that you would watch over everyone on and off the track, grant them safety and sportsmanship. And God, would you please grant us tonight some entertainment and unity. It's in the mighty name of Jesus that all God's race fans said, amen and amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Connection Point Church.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed, and the twilight lastly we, whose front stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare from a first seeded air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave,
America.
Let's hear it for the Connection Point Church's performance of our national anthem.
Beautifully done. Well, we're setting the scene for 200 miles of racing from Kansas Speedway. We'll hear from drivers and we'll fire the engines next.
Motorsports isn't complicated. It's made up of races where you go as fast as you can, as best as you can, as sideways as you can, and whatever this is. Our team, Toyota Gazoo Racing. We make some serious.
So yeah, let's go trucking, boys. What's up, everybody?
And they all have great drivers.
Kansas trucking. One of the best tracks in NASCAR is Kansas Speedway, and honestly, I knew it before all of you fuckers did. I knew that this was one of the better tracks before most people did. You know.
Can we have a chat about your law?
Kansas is one of the best tracks in NASCAR, and I've known that since about like 2017.
I can do anything. Seed and feed, that's what you always say.
Yeah.
Maybe 2018.
Yeah. It's lawn fixing time with Scott's Turf Builder Grass Seed.
Knock, knock. The mountain is calling.
But yeah. We got some racing tonight. Jake Garcia starts on pole for this race. It's 134 laps. 200 miles from Kansas Speedway in the heart of Healthcare 200. Yeah.
Is why we
I am very out on healthcare companies sponsoring anything, actually.
They put it all on the line.
Really, they should not be allowed to advertise healthcare companies. I feel like all their resources and money should go towards, like, you know, actually being like a healthcare company.
At home and abroad.
With Verizon Home Device Protect, almost everything in your home is covered. Surprise guest? Your doorbell's protected. Moosehead, not covered. Your VR headset is. From Pet Tech to Smart Tech, we'll repair or replace an unlimited number of eligible products. Plus now, we'll even cover a second home, all for just $25 a month. Good luck with the mesh screen. All good with the TV screen. Yep, it's covered with Verizon Home Device Protect. No matter what your latest obsession is, Verizon is obsessed with helping you save on perks you love. That's why you can add popular streaming services to your Fios home internet plan and save. So whether you're constantly watching your faves on Netflix and Max, streaming iconic stories and live sports across Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, or enjoying YouTube and YouTube Music ad-free, you can add any of these perks starting at just $10 a month each. So you can keep obsessing and keep saving with Verizon.
How about this guy, Raja Karu?
This kid is fast in anything he gets in. What a run through the field. Raja has talent.
Well, it certainly has been the tale of two seasons for Raja Karuth. 3 finishes of 22nd or worse in the first 4, and now he's on a hot streak. 4 straight top 10 finishes. So what's he thinking about his chances tonight?
Let's go, Raja.
Josh Sims moments ago.
I don't really have a favorite driver in trucks.
Cruz has been on a roll as of late. What's allowed you guys to have this consistency right now, and how do you keep that going out here tonight?
Yeah, Josh, I think it's more of a confidence thing on my end, but also just our team just gelling really well and pulling right in the right direction with not only our 4 trucks, but also the 9 with an alliance there. So we're super proud of the men and women at Spire and Chevrolet and GM for giving us the tools to get our stuff better and be up there with 11 of them guys. So super excited to represent HendrickCars.com tonight, and hopefully we have a good result and continue the momentum we've had as of late.
Got some wings from Popeyes.
This truck is a beast, so look out for the 71 tonight.
Yeah, I like what he said there, Josh. Confidence. It goes so far.
Yeah, you know, that big win he had in Las Vegas last year, that it kind of shows he can win on these mile and a halves. He wants to get that magic back, and his season's getting better every race.
It's just cool to see him have the momentum that he has and know that he's going to start this engine, a winner on the mile and a half before, like you said, and have a chance to take that beast that he's talking about to victory lane.
How about his teammates? I mean, he's got Carson Hocevar, William Byron, and we know the kid is not scared to talk to anybody and get some advice and learn.
Yeah, every week this fire trucks seem to be rotating drivers with their cup roster from either Hendrick or their cup roster with you're going to see today Carson Hocevar, Justin Haley, Michael McDowell, and so that's a lot to pull off of for a rookie driver or younger driver, I should say, like Rajah Carew.
And then, like Jamie said, he's a sponge. You'll see him down there on pit road taking in all that information all the time.
Yeah, he said the hardest thing is just knowing when to trim the fat and not taking too much information. Well, Raja and 30 other truckers are strapped in and ready. Let's go trackside to fire engines.
Kansas Speedway, give a big NASCAR welcome to Dr. Michelle Dew. By day, she is the medical director of the Women's Heart Care Program at Advent Health Shawnee Mission. But today, she is here to say the most famous words in motorsports. Take it away, Dr. Michelle Dew.
Drivers, start your engines. Woo!
The engines are fired, and she did not care. And she's a rich asshole who works for a healthcare company.
Laps are straight ahead when we return to Kansas.
I genuinely believe that. I believe that,
is next.
you know, medicinal, medical, pharmaceutical, health insurance-ical company should not be allowed to advertise for anything. I'm pretty sure in other companies that's illegal.
I have to go potty.
You gotta do it, please.
Oh.
Heavily against it.
So, what's next?
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
But the engines are
Win
fired.
One championship, you're celebrating.
Chester's ready for a
Win
race.
twice, they call you a hero.
Right, Chester?
3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. But when you've won it all 7 times, the trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Right now with Employee Pricing Plus, purchase will get an average of $10,900 below MSRP on
Free Luigi, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man.
4x4 models. Hurry in. Offer ends June 2nd.
Free Luigi
is the world's biggest coffee lover. Because we
Biggest
love...
coffee lover?
Huh?
Impossible.
Well, Coffee Mate loves all the ways you enjoy this.
Yeah, I just like that's so immoral to me, dude. Like that's just insane that you can promote your fucking health insurance or health care or whatever. Like that's just insane.
It means we'll never afford a house.
What I'm trying to say is
that like it's all corporatized and capitalismized or whatever. Like that's just fucking crazy to me.
Where are my contacts? Maybe you should keep your eyes on the road, Janice. I have to be able to see first flow, take driving very seriously. Yeah, well, that's what Progressive Snapchat
Welcome to America, yeah.
Discounts so that safe drivers don't have to pay for bad drivers.
But you know what else America has? They have NASCAR, and that's a cool thing. We like that.
I'm a great driver. Janice! This isn't Mom's house. I have a date. We're celebrating your birthday. Oh, I love that for you.
What do you drink when you win the Indy 500?
The milk.
We drink the
Let's
milk.
go NASCAR. Let's go fast and left, son. Real fast and real
As
left.
long as I can keep on winning races, that's my job.
You still can't control everything.
There's so much that's outside your control.
Just hang on.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
Maybe that helps me get a girlfriend.
100 Days to Indy, streaming May 22nd on Fox Nation. Sign up at foxnation.com.
We've only got, what, 25 days till Indy? Yeah. Or 15 days till Indy. 15 days till the Indy 500.
Kid is special.
And the Coke 600. I really hope that Indy happens on time this year so I could actually, like, watch it and stream it and not have to focus on the NASCAR race.
Flag is in the air across the line, scoring the win. Corey Heim.
That sucked last year.
He does it. Corey Heim wins at Texas Motor Speedway.
Hey, it's time again.
Golly, how fun was that? What a drive.
Well, it was right here in Kansas for Toyota.
All right, the cars are rolling off. Getting ready to go trucking.
The ARCA Series. Now he is a 14-time winner in the Truck Series. Brad, let's dial him up.
Corey Hine, this is Brad Keselowski.
Got Carson Hocevar racing tonight. Be cool to see him win.
Sounded good, looking good. Boy, it feels good.
I love that guy.
It's got to be. I mean, you threw the first pitch for the game last night, Kansas City Royals. You won this race last year. You won last week. Tell us, what is it like to be Corey Hine right now? It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly helps when they got a fast Safeway Total Tuning Pro here. We've been so good on these intermediate racetracks, and obviously look to keep it going tonight here in Kansas, one of my favorite places. We've been raced out here in the past as well, so yeah, it definitely feels good to be in my seat right now with this program that we got here at Truck On Garage, but got to go and execute. That's the main thing.
But we wish you luck. Can't wait to watch. Have a great race.
Appreciate it.
So yes, the stages tonight for tonight's race. What are the fucking stages, dude? What are the stages? 30 laps is the first stage. 30 laps is also the second stage, so that's lap 60. And then the final 74 laps is the final stage, making up 134 laps. 4 sets of tires. Fuel run is 49 to 53 laps. So you won't have to pit under green in the first 2 stages, but if the final stage went green, you would be making a green flag pit stop.
Near their home quarters, so just, yeah, also be here in Kansas. I know this is kind of a trade-off place for qualifying. Usually the guys that qualify really good or usually don't have quite as much downforce, so hopefully it'll play right into our hands.
All right, buddy, we're looking forward to watching. Have a great race.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully talk to y'all later.
I like his positive attitude and outlook for the night. Let's take a look now at the starting grid, sponsored by Craftsman. Front row, Heim time, starting outside, but it's Jake Garcia on the pole for the second time in 2 weeks.
Yeah, row 2, kind of an all-star lineup here. Last year's season champion, Ty Majeski, with Cup regular Carson Hocevar. Both of these looking for a big night tonight.
Ben Rhodes is going to roll off 5th in row 3. Ben had a challenging practice, but they got that thing tuned up for qualifying. He should be tough there. And you saw the confidence of what Rajah's been up to lately. He's going to be fun to watch firing off from the 6th position.
Let's take a look at the rest of the field. Caden Honeycutt, Michael, we talked about him. He won practice earlier. 45 truck is on it.
Yeah, he's going to be tough to beat tonight, too. He's one of those guys I wouldn't be surprised to see go up there and take care of business tonight. And then Tyler Ankrum got that win at Rockingham. So consistent all year long.
Yeah, I'm looking here at Luke Baldwin in row 12, son of Tommy Baldwin, famed NASCAR Cup Series crew chief, making his second start, had a great debut at Martinsville.
With Tony Breidinger back on row 13, she's alongside Matt Crafton. And the always energetic Frankie Muniz, he's coming from the back. He had a really competitive run at Texas. See what he can do here in Kansas.
And that is our starting
How the
lineup.
Red Sox doing? They just started also.
For the evening, Amanda Busick and Josh Sims.
They're already in the middle of the 3rd inning.
Good evening, Jamie. It's been a tough.
Oh, they started at 7:10. I thought they started at
You know what? Kansas
7:40. I was confused.
A best finish of 15th in the last 4 races here. I caught up with Ty earlier today, and he told me, look, our confidence is not shaken. What has taken a hit, that's our arsenal of trucks. He said the truck they have tonight is a brand new truck that was supposed to debut at Charlotte, but they had to expedite the process, get it ready for tonight. After practice, he said that truck is pretty good. Let's see if Ty Majeski and this 98 team can get this to be a race-winning truck by the end of the night, Amanda.
Hey Josh, it was Connor Zilic that was originally supposed to compete in the 07 truck tonight, but as he continues to recover from home, William Byron got the call last Friday, and there was no hesitation out of the 2016 Rookie of the Year in the Craftsman Truck Series. He picked up 7 wins that season, including right here in Kansas, and told me that while that season is a distant memory for him now,
William Byron is in the race tonight.
Vibes. Well, he'll need to channel
Starting
those
11th.
good vibes tonight. As you said, Jamie, he will start from the
Small
rear.
field.
There was a hole in the radiator that has been replaced, but as you guys also discussed, if there was
31,
a place to
yeah,
happen,
31 trucks,
Kansas
that's it.
Speedway is not a bad place for a miscue to kick off this race tonight.
Thank you, Amanda. I like it. Good vibes here in the truck series.
31 trucks. I think that's the
Let's now
smallest
take a look at our track description,
field I've ever
sponsored by
seen.
Craftsman. Michael?
Yeah, the Craftsman track description is going to consist of the track being 1.5 miles in length. We talked about how racy this place is. That variable banking in the corners lead to that, as you can see, from 17 to 20 degrees. Backstretch relatively flat. Some good banking through the tri-oval here in the front straightaway.
And on the Craftsman race analysis, length 134 laps. Here's the key part of this race to me. Stage 1, stage 2, 30 laps. You can run both of these stages without pitting. You'll have to pit at the end, probably of stage 1. But the final stage, Michael, you're going to have to pit in that stage, and you are going to want 4 tires.
Ooh, that's a good point, Jaden.
Is going to be pivotal.
Jaden sent me a message about a guy that he saw that took out the die casts from their packaging, but then hung up the packaging without the die cast in it. I don't know. I actually think that's kind of cool, because that way you could still have like the die cast out that you could like if you're a kid, you can play with it. Or like if you have kids, they can play with it. Or you know, like if you're like Eric, do stop motion shits.
Run out of gas, any of those kinds of issues, you'll lose a lot of track condition. Your race can get ruined really quickly that way too.
But it definitely would look better with the car actually in it.
First is 18 of Tyler Ankrum having a career season. Look forward to following along with him throughout the night.
And Brad,
or an adult could play with it. I'm not saying adults can't play with fucking toys.
We get on board and ride along.
You can do whatever you want, bro.
It's so real.
Yes.
It's exactly
It's America.
what it feels like to be out there.
Yeah, you can see all them trucks in front of Daniel Hemrick right now. You know what he's thinking? Please don't crash in front of me on the first lap. Let's get a good start to this race.
Well, the push and shove will start on lap 1, Jamie. I can promise you that.
Absolutely. Daniel
We're about to
Hemrick
find out.
starting
All right.
22nd. Meanwhile,
Going green.
up front, it's Jake Garcia.
And
on the inside on the pole for tonight, Corey Heim to the outside.
green flags in the air. We are racing from Kansas.
Green flag.
Ooh, jeez.
And we're racing at Kansas Speedway.
Jake Garcia looked like he was going to wreck right in front of the
The
field.
leader go below the white line, highly frowned upon. We're going to see if NASCAR comes in for a call on that one.
Ooh, already contact, already contact, already cars on the wall. Oh my God, Tyler Ankrum in the wall. 98 to 77.
The speed, big battle still for the lead up front. We've got action all over.
We stay green, guys. Heck of a battle up front. Corey Heim on the outside. New leader. Jake Garcia settles into second, right behind him.
And someone's smoking. But Corey Heim is taking the lead on lap 1. He leads the first lap.
Taylor Gray going to make a bold move to the outside.
And Raja
Yeah, the 26 is Dawson Sutton is smoking, and he's losing control.
Majeski with a flat tire right off the bat.
Ty Majeski's already on pit road with a
Josh
flat
Simmons
tire.
just talking about it being a brand new race truck. They expedited the process to make things turn around.
Oh my God, he's going to wreck if he doesn't pit soon.
Issues for Ty Majeski, our defending truck champion. Corey
Dawson
Heim
Sutton.
out front, Jake Garcia, Raja Carew third, Tanner Gray, Carson Hocevar, the top 5.
Great battles all over the racetrack.
I think this start was a result of Jake Garcia.
Jake Garcia is going to get contact here from Ty Majeski. He's going to spin the tires, go down on the apron. You see everybody bob.
Oh yeah, Dawson Sutton's slow on track now.
Then we're going to get to turn 1, Michael, and Ty Majeski's going to get put 3 wide.
He's coming to pit road.
And right here, contact with Carson Hocevar. That's what's going to cause his right front tire to go down.
And look at the...
And Dawson Sutton loses control, and he's around. No caution yet.
He goes around.
No caution.
Through a tire. The yellow is not out yet.
Caution.
Back up, man.
Yellow's out. No yellow? Here comes
Yellow is out. First time tonight. 3 laps.
So it's about a minute 54-second green flag run to start the race before Dawson Sutton spins around.
This whole field is just catching their breath. We just won 3 laps, and there was contact every corner, tires smoking, and
this whole booth is catching its breath, too, from that crazy start. And you know who that was a huge break for, Brad? Ty Majeski. He only lost 1 lap, got his tire, got back on the track. He's going to get the free pass here.
He'll be back in this race.
So Corey Heim is now officially led in every race this year. There's the issue for the 26. Tries to hang on to it. Around he goes. We are under caution.
Join the more than 7 million adults, like Michael, who've taken Ozempic. As touring musicians, my type 2 diabetes could have slowed us down, but I didn't let it. I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C and lost some weight too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death. And others take it to lower the risk of worsening chronic kidney disease.
Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking with a sulfonylurea or insulin may raise low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Discover the GLP-1 with the most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic.
Well, Jaden, did you like my opinion?
This spring at Dave & Buster's, our all new games.
You asked for my opinion, I gave my opinion, and then you had nothing to say about my opinion.
And going toe-to-toe with Godzilla. Experience all new games and hundreds more only at Dave & Buster's.
Safe like repair. Perfecting your swing is hard.
Nice shot, Dad.
Safe Light Replace. But replacing your windshield doesn't have to be. Go to safelight.com and we can come to you.
Sick.
Our highly trained techs can replace your windshield where you are, even if that's right in your driveway.
Have a good day. I love you.
SafeLight makes it easy. Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe Light Repair. Safe Light Replace. Woo!
The mountain is calling.
Give me the sunshine. Give me it too. Give me it too.
I have 10 years of experience.
This job requires a college degree. Any degree. Any degree. Just...
Indeed matches you with jobs that actually match your experience. And what was your major?
Dance.
Oh.
Alex Palou won again. Yeah, he always wins.
Kansas Speedway, where we're under caution for the first time today, lap number 3. Now, it all began on lap number 1. A lot of contact here.
Well, I think Jake Garcia is holding back. Maybe going to get a little bit of a late start in the box to try to get an advantage. But you see right there, bam! Into the back of Jake went Majeski, shoved him off the road. NASCAR said because he got back on the road and did not improve his position, they did not penalize him for that. But then, Brad, things get a little bit crazy. Yes, we're going to see 3 wide. Ben Rhodes gets underneath Ty Majeski. Carson Hocevar turns down, and when he does, they make contact. Damage to the 7 on the left rear, damage to the 98 on the right front, damage to Tyler Ankrum in the wall in that 18. The 34 of Lane Riggs, he makes contact with Brandon Finger. All these trucks are now damaged.
You know what I loved? I said we'd see 3, 4 wide. Well, we saw 5 wide in the first turn, and watch what happens to Ankrum. Shoved up by Dawson Sutton into that outside wall, but he was able to keep going.
And Dawson Sutton, he loses a tire, causes this yellow. You can see where that contact came from. There's a lot of tore up trucks on the first corner of the first lap here, Michael.
So Tyler Ankrum pitted from 20th. Carson Hocevar came in and pitted from 4th. So let's get an update on Majeski, Josh.
Yeah, well, you saw the issue at the start of the race with the 98, got back into the back of the 13th, caused some damage to that right front. The tire went down. He came into pit to get that fixed, but they didn't fix the damage, went back out, and the right front went down again. So he's actually going to have to come back in and pit to address that. They're going to do that with about 1 to go, Amanda.
Why is he passing everybody?
Strategy for Brian Patty as he brought in Carson Hocevar.
He's not the free pass. Oh, no, he might be, actually.
The sky in disbelief. That left rear on that truck was bent in and said, I just can't risk losing a tire in this race early on. We're going to need all of these tires considering of what's ahead in this race tonight.
Okay, so we're under caution because Dawson Sutton had gone around at the entrance to pit road. NASCAR is now holding him 2 laps for intentionally bringing out that caution.
Well, we haven't seen that penalty in quite some time. NASCAR does not want to interfere with the pace of the race. They obviously feel like he did, in spite of him having a flat tire.
Yeah, I don't think that's a very fair penalty.
To the field, not just today, but the fields that you'll see in the NASCAR Xfinity Series and in the NASCAR Cup Series. And what they're trying to say is, very intently here, we do not want to see you purposely cause yellows. Now, I'm not entirely sure, Jamie or Michael, if he did this on purpose.
I don't think he
but
did.
NASCAR feels they did, and that's what matters.
Well, what could be the case too is, you know, they monitor the radios. If there was some communication that instructed him to do that, well, then they're definitely going to bring you in. And
Well, yeah, I mean,
you
but
can see NASCAR's holding him now. And then what about this action? We got Ankrum on pit road. We got Majeski on pit road. We've had Osavar there. Oh, by the way, we're only 7 laps into this baby.
Yes, a lot of tore up trucks here. All
Ah,
of them,
fuck, I messed
don't think
something
any of them
up.
Critical damage, Michael.
Why did
They all
nobody
have enough
tell me
damage
to
where they
fix
have tire
this?
rubs, different things going on that are going to affect the rest of their day. They've got this opportunity to fix it, and then they're taking advantage of that. Here you see Ty Majeski working the baseball bat in between the fender, trying to get clearance so they don't lose another right front tire. Under yellow, like we were talking with Josh, he did pop a second tire. So when we go back green here, which we will, looks like this time by, they need to make sure that thing is not rubbing again.
Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta have my back a little bit.
What you said, Brad, and get a lot of clearance.
Gotta have my
right
back.
front.
When you know something's wrong, tell me to fix it.
Goodyear Eagle there.
No, I'm
I just
playing
can't
with
believe
y'all.
Ty Majeski's luck at this racetrack, Michael. We talked about it. He did earlier. He said, I know this is about my worst 1.5-mile track, but we're turning things around in the lap number 1.
Well, we can put all this behind us, Brad. Something happens this early, you get back on the lead lap, you can overcome.
Got a shot. Yes, you got a shot. We'll have to see
So
if
Majeski
Tom-
was the free
still on
pass, but then he
pit
got a
road. It looks like
penalty.
He's going to lose that another lap, so that's going to be hard. But these guys are ready to go back racing.
NASCAR is holding Majeski for fueling twice, so he will be held 1 lap as the leaders make their way out of turn 4.
All right, back
Corey
green.
Heim
Green
with the
flag
control
back in the
truck
air.
This time around, Raja Karuth on the outside of the front row. We're under green once again.
It was a more uniform situation on the start. Let's see if they can keep it clean in 1 and 2.
Fanning out up at the front. That's what we love about this track. 3-4 wide. Here comes Kane Honeycutt on the high side.
He talked about it being so fast in practice. He's showing that speed early. He's going to drive all the way up to the 3rd position.
Look at all that blocking. Haley Curry said, Raja, you're not getting under me. Raja said, that's fine. I'll go up the middle. That 71 truck is doing just that. Strong turn for Raja Karu.
Yeah, Raja started on the outside of the front row and fell back very quickly here. He's trying to regain those positions.
Big Grant Enfinger with a big move. Up to 4th now.
Nice start for that 9 truck. We know how good he is here. He's won before, showing early that he's got the speed to do it again. Nice start, too, for Tanner Gray in that 15 truck. There's the guy we talked to, the 34, Lane Riggs. Had a really solid practice. Felt like he had a good long-run truck. We'll see how that pays off.
Tell you one guy that's shaking his head is Jake Garcia back there in 10th. Like I started.
Oh, the 66 is slow on track.
Chaotic.
And got this year.
Baldwin.
Yes, he's got a right front tire flat.
He's going to pit road, no caution.
He makes it down to pit road. We stay.
Oh, you see him making contact up here off of the corner. This blue truck right here. That'll cut your tire down really quickly in this series, the way the fenders are built. And Caden Honeycutt, he is on a roll here. He's going to look for 2nd place. Chandler Smith right on the inside there.
Good battle here for that 2nd spot. We know how fast Chandler's been all year long. And Caden Honeycutt has been a guy that we're watching too, knowing that he has everything it takes to go to victory lane. Since he showed up in the Truck Series, he's just been fast.
I agree. Super impressive. I've seen this guy make moves over the last season or so. Sometimes in a limited opportunity. He's got a great full-time opportunity, and he's making the most of it.
Brad, what's that like when you feel like maybe you're a little bit faster as Caden does against Chandler Smith here, but because you can run the wall and because you can run low, I mean, is that fun for you knowing you have options?
It is. You know, I think this is a really fun track for the drivers. You see the bottom lane, obviously a shorter distance, and you can make some time, but the top lane has the banking. That little extra banking will carry a little more speed, and they're built to offset each other, and you're seeing that. Wow, some big side drafts here by the 1 truck with Brandon Jones.
This is the battle for 14th back here. Remember that 7 truck Carson Hocevar had come down pit lane. He's on the move forward.
Wow, strong move to the bottom too. You see him right on that white line, got the job done there.
This race is so fast already, just 17 laps to go in stage number 1. 30 laps here, 30 laps in the 2nd stage, 74 laps will close us out in stage 3.
You see Grant Enfinger's already migrated up against the wall. Caden Honeycutt making his way up there as well into that 3rd lane. Kind of the cue the drivers look for is the seams on the pavement. and you know when you're above that scene, you're in the more banking zone. And so you'll see them run their left side tires quite often right on that scene because they want that little extra bit of banking, right?
See the biggest movers since the restart. Carson Hocevar up 9. Tyler Ankrum as well. Drivers had damage in that lap 1 incident.
There's Ben Rose drafting up on the back of that 7 truck of Hocevar.
$15 laps to go in stage number 1. Corey Heim with a 1-second lead over Chandler Smith. We'll step aside, but you won't miss a thing.
It takes a lot to get my heart racing, but you gotta see this. There's absolutely nothing like NASCAR's only street race. This 4th of July weekend, NASCAR takes over Chicago, where you can get an up-close look at the sport's best drivers as they battle through downtown. And with live music from Zach Brown Band and Family Fun, it's a NASCAR experience on a whole other level. Hey, I'll be on the edge of my seat. NASCAR Chicago Street Race, July 5th and 6th.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. But when you've won it all 7 times, the trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks.
Baldwin passed through for driving through too many pit boxes.
Truck of the year.
Right now with progress, purchase and get an average of $10,000
Majeski's a lap down.
MSRP on 2025 Ram 1500.
You've gotten the free pass.
4x4 models.
I think fueled twice, which is not allowed.
Fill up on all the good stuff at Subway. All your faves packed with tons of crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. And now buy any footlong in the app for just $6.99. Great bread, great meat, great sauce, great deal. Get on it, people. Order now on the Subway app.
You're seeing Skechers' famous glide step footwear everywhere. And now that famous design is available in hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Get the comfort and style of glide step now with the convenience of slip-ins with no bending down or touching your shoes. Try glide step Skechers slip-ins.
The Indy 500 doesn't have a red carpet. It has bricks. Riddled with oil, dirt, and 113 years of history. Pucker up.
UFL Friday lights up prime time. As the Memphis Showboats battle the San Antonio Brahmas. Fox UFL Friday kicks off at 8 Eastern. Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series live from Kansas Speedway. Nothing has changed up front. Corey Heim continues to lead, stretching that lead by 2/10. He's now led more laps at Kansas than any other track. Let's get an update from Josh.
Just an update on the 13 of Jim Garcia. Had that issue off the start of the race. Came over the radio and told the team, yeah, I'm on the splitter just a little bit. I don't have the grip I need in this truck right now. As he jumped all the way back to 9th place. His team told him, hey, you got to fight through this. We'll get to the end of the stage. We'll address it. But don't fade when those tires fade. He's fighting to keep that truck where it is right now, guys.
Well, that's sure easy to say, crew chief. But when the handling goes away on this truck, and they do, you have a handful, and you're seeing that right now. I like what I'm seeing out of Daniel Hemrick. He looks really good right now, guys. He's running the top. He's had a couple of really good moves he's been able to make up there.
But here comes company, William Byron. You know, he started out back because he races there alongside Giro Ruggiero. And there's Stuart Friesen with another strong truck. But Williams really using that high groove. Look at that momentum there he gains on the exit. And he's going to heat up that 19 of Hemrick here in the next lap or so.
I love William Byron's attitude. Got the call a week ago, and he said, yeah, put me in, coach. He said, I love the truck series. He said earlier in an interview, it brings back such great memories, Michael, when he ran here. I mean, that year he had the truck series rookie of the year. He got the win. Loves it. A little less pressure over here.
Brad, you know this. Just getting to race anything in a competitive situation, it just makes your world. As racers, you just, oh, no.
Oh, the 66 in the wall.
66
Caution is out.
There goes another.
That's Baldwin.
Wall, you hear it.
Luke Baldwin.
Caution of the race.
Another right front tire for that 66.
Tires down, he hit the wall. Got 7 to go on the stage, so I think we will go back green for like a 1 or 2 lap shootout.
Just a tough day for Luke in that Mohawk Ford.
He did such a good job at Martinsville. He won practice, Brad. First time we seen him, he was the fastest in practice, and he got bounced around a lot in the race, but he was very, very respectful the way he raced at that racetrack. And thought he did a great job. It's a shame to see this early have this many problems.
In front of the leaders here, it looks like. Let's see if we can catch it in replay. See, can we catch the tail end? Looks to me pretty clearly like he must have lost a tire to be in the wall so early in the corner, Michael.
Yes, sir. It's a shame. You live for these opportunities, and he had a good practice, and now just from the start he hadn't had a chance.
He has one more planned race with his team in the 66, hoping to get more. So hard for these rookies, Brad. We talk about it all the time, and it doesn't just stop here in the Truck Series. It's all across NASCAR. I mean, you jump in here, you get 25 minutes, first time you've ever seen it, and then you go racing.
And Jamie, for these young drivers, particularly those that have just a few starts, you know, it's so hard to get that first 5 or 10 starts in this series. I'm sure there's somebody listening back home who wants to be a race car driver, watching our race here with the Craftsman Truck Series and wanting to break through. And getting the first couple opportunities and making them count is you know, it's what you live for. And it's a heartbreaker when they don't go your way.
You know, Brad, I think this is an interesting caution too. We talk about running at the end of stage 1. I don't think if you're our leaders, you're going to hit here because you want those stage wins or stage points. But, you know, if I'm outside the top 10, 15, I might come here, get 4 tires, make the adjustments that I need. And we're only going to have a couple of laps of racing when we go back green. Then just hang in the back, chill out.
Yes.
And then grab that track position. It'll be interesting to see. The pit road was closed that time by. Be interesting to see if any of these trucks that are in the back will take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely, Michael. I look at somebody like Carson Hocevar or William Byron, some of those guys that really don't care about the points for the stages, and they're probably thinking to themselves, well, we're not going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and get our tires, and we'll restart up front for stage 2.
And then the smart guys will run around about half throttle for 2 or 3 laps, so they can, those tires will be fresh. Let's see if that happens.
So the pits are open, and just a reminder, they're very limited on tires. They had one brand new set to start the race. They have 3 sittings, so they have to use them wisely.
Very wisely.
And we've seen a lot of issues already. Cut tires, guys have come down and had to use a set. So who pits here and who decides to stay out?
Pit road is open. There's a safety truck on the entry, but these guys are going to make a difficult decision. And Corey Himes leading the way.
They're all coming. They're coming your way, Josh.
How about that?
38 of Chandler Smith, saying his biggest issue is turn 3 right now, saying he lacks lateral security in that one. Good in 1 and 2, so they'll make an adjustment to help him out for the 45. And Caden Honeycutt say he's struggling a lot when it comes to dirty air. He can get to the 30.
So it's an almost 8-minute green flag run there. We will go back green to end the stage, I believe.
10 on his truck today. They were okay in practice, but he told his team that we are better than we were in practice now, at pretty neutral balance-wise, but I've lost overall grip as Grant gets out. And for Corey Himes, he said, I have more track time at any track right here in Kansas. He swept this place last year, Jamie, and as you said, he has led at every race this season, including now.
So far, so perfect for Corey Himes. You see Rajat Karuth picking up 3 spots on pit road. Great job by that team. There it is. Corey Himes' team gets it done on pit road. Stage 2 coming up next.
Jorge has always put the ones he loves first. But when it comes to caring for his teeth, he's let his own maintenance take a back seat. Well, maybe it's time to shift gears on that. Aspen Dental has complete, affordable care all under one roof. Plus, free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance, and 20% off treatment plans for everyone. Making it easier to get started with quality care. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
Excuse me, are you shopping online while standing in line?
Yeah.
Me too. I just bought a croquet set using PayPal.
Cool.
And PayPal lets me choose how I pay.
Oh no, you're not gonna sing again, are you?
You can pay your way.
Here we go again.
I use PayPal to buy this ticket, and I'm paying it off in 4 payments. No fees, no interest.
No one else has no interest? Me.
Pay in store, pay online, pay over time. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Okay, guys, instead of getting WeatherTech, I saved a few bucks and got some cheap foreign-made floor mats. But they really stink, so put these on.
Ruby Gary, Mom, I'm thirsty.
Don't settle for cheap, stinky floor mats. At WeatherTech, we make our floor liners and cargo liners here in America out of pure, non-toxic American materials.
Dad, next time get WeatherTech. They don't stink.
Find out everything we have at WT.com.
Knock, knock. The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me that dew.
From imagination to the track to your driveway. You in?
It's Native.
Native is made with 9 clean ingredients and is good for your skin without leaving white marks or residue. 72-hour odor protection that cares for skin isn't a myth.
It's Native.
Many people told us they'd had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before.
Oh.
Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Where's the pizza?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza.
Yummy.
Try one for the first time tonight.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. It's race number 9 on the season. 27 laps in, 107 laps to go this season.
IndyCar had its second caution of the year.
Stepped
Jesus
aside
Christ.
Brandon Byron, we noticed, in the 07 truck. This is on pit road. He came to a stop just at pit exit, right there.
Definitely looks like the engine is stalled, Jamie, but Michael, I'm not sure we know what exactly happened to cause it to stall.
Yeah, and he gets it cranked back up and drives on, which is also a little confusing, maybe.
It's a team. You see smoke
I
coming
believe
out.
Byron, yeah. Oh, he's getting going again.
So he will restart back in 22nd.
Well, Brad, I'm glad as a NASCAR Cup veteran, champion, and a guy that has seen all the strategy twists and turns around these stages in the world, we both agree. I didn't know everybody was going to pit.
I did not think everybody was going to pit here. No, I didn't see that coming. It looks like they're going to go back to green here with 2 laps to go. So this is it's interesting. I think they might have all just followed whatever Corey Heim did.
I think when Corey Heim had taken a left, I was going to take a right.
Yes.
Let's get him trapped somewhere.
I think the field's thinking the opposite, though. Whatever that guy's doing, it's working. So let's stay with him. And they're right.
All right,
Corey
gonna have a
Heim
2-lap
has been great
shootout.
tonight. Been great all season, and he's going to see if he can't get him another stage win here in just a second.
So here we go. The leaders get to the line. We'll have
All right,
2 laps.
green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go in the stage.
Ooh, a little sideways.
Big tire spin there for Raja on the outside. He was able to keep pace with the 11 truck though.
Kate Honeycutt giving a big push. That's
he's
in the middle.
Grant Enfinger with a big look to the inside of the 9.
Nice corner by Caden Honeycutt. And that,
Oh, he's still middle, 3 wide.
Look at this. Restarts are so awesome. Here, look at this.
What a
4
battle.
wide.
Oh, they just all barely get into the corner. Caden Honeycutt went for looking like he was going to maybe take the lead, at least second.
Coming to the final lap of the stage.
6th or 7th.
Oh, got contact.
Contact there off the corner. Smoke rolling off somebody.
1 lap to go. It's stage
Big
number
block.
1.
Carson Hocevar with a huge block on Caden Honeycutt.
Corey Heim is there, but gosh, Raja Karuth in the 71 not giving up. Look at Grant Enfinger in the 9.
Lane Riggs with a nice run down the bottom of the back straightaway.
And Corey Heim is going to win the stage. Corey Heim wins stage 1 at Kansas Speedway.
Corey Heim, 29 laps led so far tonight. He picks up stage number 1. It's his 4th stage win at Kansas and his 6th of 2025. That's the most of all drivers. Brad, we told you in the beginning, you're going to hear a lot about Heim time. So far, he's the man to beat.
Not disappointing.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast, and most have migraine pain relief within 2 hours. You can treat it anytime, anywhere. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur hours to days after. Side effects include nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Ubrelvy.
Let's go hear from more citizens of the law.
Happy grass, happy home.
So what do you do?
Regular feeding, it makes all the difference. Scott's Weed and Feed. The product is incredible.
Now's the time to kill existing weeds with Turf Builder Weed and Feed.
Feed it, Law. Feed it.
Some folks are drawn to open country. Others crave the wild roar of a high-performance exhaust. And some like both. We call them family.
These drivers are a different breed. There are heroes and villains, pushing machines to the limit and unleashing emotions that can't be contained. The NASCAR Cup Series from Kansas on FS1.
Sunday on Fox. The best anglers in the world compete at the highest level. It's the Bassmaster Elite Series, Sunday at noon Eastern on Fox.
Looking to get stronger? This is your year. Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
We're gonna feel this tomorrow.
We're just gonna keep showing up. Showing up.
Showing up. You coming?
Join the club today. Just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends Friday, May 16th.
Is protected by Simparica Trio. Chester, I love to win it. Simparica Trio is the first chew with triple protection. Oh, fleas and ticks. Intestinal worms. Whoa, heartworm disease. No problem with Simparica Trio. This drug class has been associated with neurologic adverse reactions, including seizures. Used with caution in dogs with a history of these disorders. For winning protection, go with Simparica Trio.
In just 2 weeks, the greatest spectacle in racing is coming to Fox, the 109th Indianapolis 500. That's Sunday, May 25th, only on Fox. You see Joseph Newgarden, two-time winner, going for 3 straight. Alex Palou on the left just won the Indy Grand Prix a couple of hours ago. I'll be back on pit road. Excited about that. It's been 11 years since I've done it, so.
Congratulations, Jamie. That's a big day in motorsports, and I'm glad you're going to be there, and Fox is going to be there.
Yeah.
So exciting.
It'll be fun. We start practice on Tuesday. And meanwhile, stage 1 points, Corey Heim maximizing it there, taking home 10 points all the way down to Bailey Curry picking up a point.
Yeah, I was impressed with Grant Enfinger. I think he has more speed in that truck than we saw in practice today. And, you know, you talked about earlier, Brad, how things are going to change. The temperatures are going to go down. Already full shade in turn 4. That'll just continue to make this track evolve. More grip, faster speeds is all ahead.
Yeah, full shade turn 4 and 1 and 2 is kind of half shade. It's just going to continue to come in. So I think you're going to see the handling issues be more in turn 1 and 2 until it gets full shade as well.
Several takers on pit road, but none of our front runners.
A lot of talk about that man, Corey Heim. He leads here. When we come back, we'll kick off stage number 2. Can he hang on for win number 4?
Put the work in.
Mommy, I have to go potty.
You gotta do it this.
Oh. So, what's next?
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
Put the work in.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value meals. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
The mountain's calling.
Give me the sunshine, give me a day. Give me a day.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries.
Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Frisky's World. Come on, let's explore.
That's made with real salmon.
Look what I found. Little soups for cats.
There's the delicious taste of tuna we treasure.
Definitely coming back tomorrow.
Friskies, always more to explore.
Frankie Muniz to the rear for an uncontrolled tire.
The queen is here.
The Royal Jewels. Presenting Tyson lightly breaded boneless chicken bites. Always been Tyson.
We started in Brooklyn in '78 and quickly learned we weren't building exhaust. We were building excitement, giving drivers that same roar of victory on their way to work that they heard at the races. Almost 5 decades later, nothing's changed.
I had like the most like eerie dream the other night. It was kind of like a cool dream because I wish it actually happened. But I had a dream that I was just watching like Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s like 2001 Daytona 500 post-race interview. Like he'd gotten out of the care center after the crash, and then like just gave an interview. And it was just like really kind of like weird, kind of surreal. Too bad it was just a dream.
A lot of action so far, gentlemen, and we just found some more contact. And this was coming to the last lap of stage 1.
Our replay booth, by the way, has just been every commercial period finding action everywhere because there's so much we can't cover it all. And here, Michael, you see big contact: Stuart Friesen, Gio Ruggiero, Connor Mozak.
Wow, that was so close to a major pileup because I don't think Friesen knew they were 3 wide. You could see the squeeze play there. And then Frankie Muniz come to pit road. He lost one of his tires. There you see it go out in the middle of nowhere.
Whoa.
Oh,
really
I don't even notice it. Oh, whoops, lost it.
Yeah, that's really lost.
Man, Stewart was really fortunate there that he must have just felt that he needed to pull her just a little bit more left and was able to keep that truck from crashing. That was amazing.
Would have been a big wreck. But yeah, we said before this race started, guys, that this was going to be one of the most action-packed races of the year. And I believe that, but man, wow, there has not been a break in this race yet where you could just.
Woo. And it was the same thing last week in Texas. Just crazy racing from the green flag to the checkered.
Even under the yellow flags, we have action with tires falling off. And
well, we had gone 21 straight races without an overtime last week. We saw everything, including a double overtime. I think it was as long as a cup race last week.
Well, stay tuned. We still have a lot of racing left to go. Just 98 laps left in the race, but I don't know how we keep up with all this action. But we're going to try real hard.
It's been a lot of fun. There's been
all right, get ready to go back green.
Tonight, officially, Corey Heim has led 34. Frankie Muniz scored with 1 lap led.
And green flag's back in the air.
Corey Heim, Raja Karuth once again on the front row.
Stage 2 is underway.
Nice, even restart once again.
Carson Osvar is going to jump the top of his teammate, Raja Karuth, and the bottom lane is going to just eat them up.
There's 4 wide.
Damn, 4 wide. This shit's so crazy, man.
So that's the risk of the outside lane. You saw Carson Osvar jump Raja Karuth, and look at all the positions they both lost from it. Raja is going way back right now.
So Chandler Smith picks up the 2nd spot. Look at Lane Riggs on the bottom.
Those are 2 really stout Fords. We watched them be players week in and week out. They're going to be players again here tonight.
Michael, you talked to Lane Riggs on the radio before the start of this race. He came up 1 spot short here in the fall to Corey Heim. He's on a mission.
There's that bright yellow truck on the outside of Grant Enfinger, too. He's got a lot of speed. He's going to give Carson Osvar a shove down the back straightaway.
Both of these front row trucks are looking really good. 2nd and 5th with Smith and Riggs.
Fast forwards. Here comes William Byron after another trip to the back of this field. See if he can't fight his way back up through.
Look at this battle for 15. I mean, this is what we see in the Truck Series week in and week out. Battles front to back.
Daniel Hemrick got some speed in that 19 truck. As you see Raja down low, Hemrick up high.
Yeah, I got a feel for Raja right now. I have a feeling that if we got an honest reaction from Raja, he is highly disappointed in that restart. Had a teammate behind him who took him 3 wide, and they both lost a lot of track position right there.
Well, I also bet you if Roger looked in the mirror and saw which teammate it was, he would say, he's probably going to take me 3 wide.
Yes. But in fairness to Carson Hocevar, he has climbed back out, and I mean climbed back out fast. I think he looks like the biggest threat to Corey Heim in this race. He's driving back up to second place after losing all those spots on the restart. We saw the issues he had at the start of the race. He's got good pace here. Corey Heim, this is the guy I'm racing as it looks right now.
Josh?
Guys, just an update on the 71 of Rajah Cruz. During that first run, he talked about struggling in 3 and 4, so the truck was just too loose to do what he wanted to. They made an adjustment during that last stop to help him out, but when I talked to Bono Mannion earlier today, we hear this from so many drivers in this series. He said the bar is Corey Heim. A good night for them would be beating Corey Heim at the end, no matter where he finishes. He was running behind him at the start of this stage, but he's fallen back right now, struggling to get back to where he was, guys.
Great battle, though. Rajah Cruz was trying to get a 2-for-1 with Lane Riggs and Grant Enfinger, but he thought twice about it.
Guys, don't look now, but the last 2 laps, Carson Hocevar has been about a 10th faster than Corey Heim.
And the fastest truck on the track by that much.
He's running that high groove, both ends. He's closed in about 2 or 3 car lengths from our race leader, Corey Heim.
That's a talented racer in that 7 truck, isn't it? Carson Hocevar has a lot of speed no matter what he gets behind the wheel of. This is a big challenge for Corey Heim right here.
Amanda, what are you hearing on Corey Heim?
Yeah, well, you see Carson Hocevar right behind him after that left rear damage early in the race. He's right there to battle with Corey Heim, guys. They had many battles when Carson was racing full time in the truck series as Carson was trying to take the lead here. But I talked to him about those battles with Corey Heim. Lead change is as they battle it out here. Jamie, take this. I'll finish my story.
Yes, it's a great battle. Amanda, thank you.
Oh, he's sideways.
Sideways, you see Carson Hocevar working that wheel, trying to take the lead, can't get it done yet.
So that's a big series of moves. Go back a lap ago. Carson Hocevar got a great run down the front stretch, used it to pull up alongside of Corey Heim in 1 and 2, side drafting on the back stretch, and he knew he had to clear him in 3 and 4. Just couldn't quite get there. Allowed himself a little bit of side draft from the 11, and he was holding on.
Me and Jamie think it should be required to racers have to wear white gloves. Watch these the hands in that 7 truck whipping that wheel around trying to hang on to her.
And here you see the backside of that series of moves where he's forced, because he couldn't quite clear Corey Heim, to run the bottom, Michael. And when you have a truck outside of you doing that little bit of side force, you really got to hold on, and you see what happens there.
Carson Hocevar, so much speed. We talked about it earlier, Michael, in the practice show. And, you know, we were saying it's a lot easier to have to rein somebody in than kick them in the butt. And I feel like that is Carson Hocevar. Let's listen to what they're saying.
We're good. He knows we're better than him. He's worried about us. Just another driver right there. Set him up here again, we'll drive by. So the bull gets the horn.
Spotter communication there with Carson, talking back and forth about what happened there.
So what he's saying, that's where the bull gets the horns. What he's saying is he knows Corey Heim was right on his door. Corey Heim knows that being right on his door is going to make him loose. And he's saying, hey, I didn't really appreciate that. I let you have a little bit right there. I probably won't the next time.
And you see the result of that. Carson gets his tires a little bit heated up in the rear end, and Corey's able to drive away.
Amanda, let's hear the rest of your story on our leader.
Oh, yeah, and as I was saying, Carson Hocevar was talking about those battles with Corey Heim, maybe none more famously than that 2023 championship fight between Corey Heim and Carson Hocevar. Talked to Carson about that a little, and he said, hey, I can't wait to race Corey Heim in the future for championships on Sunday. Well, I told that story to Corey Heim as well, and before I could even finish, he cut me off. He said, I hate that guy. He cost me my championship in 2023. Safe to say, there is no love lost between these two.
We haven't forgotten.
Carson has never even apologized.
Oh, wow.
That was a night.
I hate that guy.
What do the kids call that, a beef? That would be a beef.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with the kids these days and how they describe things.
Yes.
I can't even keep up with Kevin Harvick and some of the words he throws in there.
Well, you see a lot of battles still all over the racetrack. Tyler Gray, Daniel Hemrick here battling for 7th. Gray's going to clear him.
Yeah, Tanner's been fast today, running 7th right now, but up front it's all Corey Heim, about 8/10 of a lead over Carson Hocevar. 86 laps to go at Kansas.
are going to split into the eye of a tornado.
Let's go. It's the biggest race of the year. It's the most historic.
Get out on the inside. Pass in the grass. The Indianapolis 500.
Excuse me, are you shopping online while standing in line?
Yeah.
Me too. I just bought a croquet set using PayPal.
Cool.
And PayPal lets me choose how I pay.
Oh no, you're not gonna sing again, are you?
You can pay your way.
Here we go again.
I use PayPal to buy this ticket, and I'm paying it off in 4 payments. No fees, no interest.
You know what else has no interest? Me.
Pay in store, pay online, pay over time. Don't just pay, PayPal.
The perfect morning calls for the perfect, ridiculously craveable pairing. Jimmy Dean Griddle Cakes. Your family's pancakey, sausagey, griddle cakey, sweet and savory favorite.
It's native.
Oh, there's a
Native
caution.
is made with 9 clean ingredients and is good for your skin.
How long did I
without
miss that
leaving wet
caution
marks
by?
or residue.
No, only a few
72-hour odor protection that cares for skin isn't a myth. It's native.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and
Yeah, I don't know
bottomless
why there's a
drink, all for
caution.
just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced
But the
burgers,
caution is out.
just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Welcome to more where that came from.
It's about an 8-minute green flag run, a little bit over.
More epic last laps. More stripes. More short fuses. More.
But once again, we're only going to have a few laps to go when we go back green. I think we'll have a little bit more than we did last time, but only a few laps.
More Heartland Heartstoppers. Welcome to the edge of your seat. Welcome to NASCAR.
Respect for that man right there, Evel Knievel. We welcome you back, and we're under caution for the 4th time. This is why the 2 truck of Cody Dennison came by the front stretch, off the pace a bit.
Like he had a tire going down and it got away from him. Swung around down into the grass, as you see there.
This is a wild ride to take down into the turn 1 grass.
It'll get your attention, won't it?
Yep, going 100+ mile an hour. That's a yeehaw moment, I believe is what you call that.
The yeehaw moment?
They're open. I'm not going to call the fact that they're all going to pit or not going to pit because they surprised me last time.
Me too. But you know what? Judging by the amount of tires and pit crews up on pit wall, I think they're going to pit here, guys. But what this will really do is force the strategy in stage 3. Because these guys only have 1 set of tires left, and they're pitting early to start stage 3. You see Corey Heim come to pit road and lead the charge.
All right.
8 laps ready in stage 2. They're coming your way, Josh.
Well, for the 38 of Chandler Smith, said that truck is still just too tight. He needs more front turn to get it to drive the way he wants it. And for the 34 of Lane Riggs, having trouble through center and exit, saying it gets too tight. He can manage the entry, but he needs help getting off the corners. Amanda?
Yeah, Josh, I guess we could call it a triple that Carson Hocevar is doing this weekend. He was on the ARCA broadcast with us last night, racing in the truck race. We'll race in the Cup race tomorrow. Said he likes to get as much time as he can on this track as you see him take those tires in that 7. And for Corey Heim, they will race each other again tomorrow as Corey Heim returns to the Cup Series, racing for 2311. Looked like there was a bit of a holdup on the right rear. We'll chase that down, guys.
Yeah, long pit stop for Corey Heim. Gives up a lot of track position, and here he comes just now exiting.
Wow. Tough pit stop for that team. Like Carson Hocevar got off pit road first.
That will change the dynamics of this race. Corey Heim's been good, but he has not been faster than Carson Hocevar, so he's going to have to switch gears from playing defense to playing offense.
This isn't something we normally see from this pit crew.
Yeah, Jamie, you said how solid they've been. You see there's a problem on the left rear. He needs a gun.
The pit gun broke. You
Yeah.
see, I think it's a socket fell off. You could see it rolling on the ground. Yep.
Had to get the guy from the front to come back and finish things up, and that's 10 spots right there at least.
Go back and see that replay again, but it looked like the gun broke. Maybe the socket broke off the lid.
But that's great for teamwork. When you see each other, they're motioning, they help each other out. Gave up a lot of track position there for the man who has dominated this race. And we welcome you inside the booth. Brad Keselowski, you always talk about the Checkered Flag Foundation and all that you guys do. I've been able to be part of a couple of your events, and you guys give canines away to veterans. Now you have something else coming up. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we have another huge event. You know, Charlotte Race Weeks are coming. Great time for race fans to come to Charlotte between the North Wilkesboro All-Star Race and the Charlotte Coca-Cola 600. Two of the biggest weeks in racing. If you're a fan of stock cars, all the series will be there. And for us and a lot of people in the sport, we have all of our charity events. Mine's going to be coming up May 22nd. We've got all the great guys, Tim Duggar. We love some Tim Duggar. All-star comedian John Christ, Aaron Weber. Find tickets on sale right now. All goes to a great cause, supporting our veterans, those who have served and who have come back injured. And so we hope that our fans watching will come to Charlotte for Race Weeks and maybe come see our foundation event, all to enjoy racing and everything that makes NASCAR special.
That's right.
Corey Heim to restart 16th after an issue on the pit stop.
For veterans, for their families.
Only gonna have a few laps to go on the stage.
Guys, so go online right now, get those tickets.
They're gonna be 6-lap shootout.
Race weekend. This is going to be a must-see.
Maybe 5.
Yes, it's Thursday night, I believe, before the Coke 600.
Great country music with Duggar, comedy. That's going to be a fun night.
We'll give away some canines to several veterans who are disabled, so we're looking forward to helping them out as well.
Special evening.
Well, we're going to get ready for another wild restart. 4. We even saw 5 wide there once. What will go down here?
Well, this is going to be a 5-lap restart, right? The end of the stage. And I think of that and say, okay, the last time we had a 2-lap restart, we about all wrecked off of turn 4. But no Corey Heim leading for the
All right, going to be 5 laps to go on the stage.
That's right. Corey
Green
Heim,
flag.
16th green flag. First time that the 7 truck will be the control truck. You see Tanner Gray right behind him.
Great push by Tanner Gray. Look at the speed on the outside.
All right, big difference in this restart. The outside lane stayed together. They didn't go 3 wide, and because of that, that's going to give Grant Enfinger a great chance to clear for the lead down the backstretch.
Man, those pushes are wild, aren't they, Brad? Look at those guys.
Tanner Gray giving a big push.
Ooh, man, Raja!
Raja, keep it off the wall.
Raja just held on to that.
Slips back, he loses about 7 spots there.
And Enfinger's going to clear to the lead while all this is going on with 4 laps left in the stage.
We talked earlier about the speed of that 9 truck. He got that thing out in the lead, and here comes Lane Riggs down on the bottom of that Ford. He's been so fast every week all year long. Raja almost bought the farm here down in 3 and 4.
Here's quick replays in the middle lane. You're going to see the 15 truck of Tanner Gray slide up, and he's got to compensate for that big save.
Don't get much closer to wrecking than that. Look at this. Lane Riggs all in the back of Carson Hocevar. Grant Enfinger down off the road trying to break the draft.
So Carson Hocevar slid up in front of Lane Riggs, and Lane Riggs was pushing him and helping him and maybe saying he was angry with him at the same time.
He was angry for sure because of the big block, but he shoved him right into the lead because of that.
Here comes Enfinger with a big charge back at him.
So,
what a battle up front.
Important win of the stage it could be for Grant Enfinger. Carson doesn't, all he wants to do is lead every lap he can. Grant's going to try to get this victory in the stage 2. And he's got a fast truck. Look at him go. That's just some experience driving there by Hocevar, though, wasn't it? He saw the 9 truck coming, just moved right up his lane.
Out of his mirror and made a good move. Let's see if Lane Riggs can make a charge here at Carson now.
Guys, one guy that's been up in the top 5 that's not there right now is Chandler Smith. He had an equipment interference penalty. He was 3rd before.
All right, coming to the final lap of the stage. Carson Hocevar has the lead. Lane Riggs is just past Grant Enfinger for 2nd.
Final lap of stage number 2.
That's a lap truck in front of Hocevar.
So close. Carson Hocevar trying to hang on to it. A lap truck in front of them. Lane Riggs is there.
Wasn't Lane Riggs mad at him a minute ago?
Yes, I think he wants the stage win.
Think you can get to him and show him his displeasure?
Carson's just here for the wins. Lane is here for the points.
And Carson Hocevar is going to win stage 2 at Kansas Speedway.
Carson Hocevar picks up stage number 2.
That was an almost 3-minute green flag run, about 2:45. I'm going to go outside and smoke, and I'll be back for the start of the final stage.
His 2nd Truck Series start this season. picks up stage number 2. Lane Riggs second, Grant Enfinger, William Byron, and Daniel Hemrick, your top 5.
Meeting the parents. I haven't slept in like 2 days.
For the first time ever, the farmers meet the families on their home turf.
I'm hard to impress.
Fox Thursday.
As far as the codependency?
What do you mean, like codependent?
Yeah.
Will it shake up final decisions?
My mom said, you're not ready.
Farmer Wants a Wife. All new Thursday on Fox.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Sadly, windshield chips can turn into windshield cracks. But at least you can go to SafeLight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Sweet.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe light, safe light.
Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com and schedule now.
Safe light repair, safe light replace.
Check it out! Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Can we have a chat about your law?
If I can turn a dirt patch into a lush lawn, I can do anything. Seed and feed, that's what you always
Seed
say.
and feed.
Yeah.
Look how thick it is.
It is thick. Yeah. It's lawn fixing time with Scott's Turf Builder Grass Seed.
Don't know about you, this time feels kind of better.
I will be reducing the scholarship program to 3.
Go out like a legend. It's a party.
Visit the Finger Lakes RV Show, May 2nd through the 11th at the Finger Lakes Outlet Mall. Shop top RV brands like Brinkley, Grand Design, Jayco, Winnebago, and more. RVs starting at just $10,895. The Finger Lakes RV Show, May 2nd through the 11th at the Finger Lakes Outlet Mall in Waterloo. Online at buyersrvs.com.
When you have Fios 1 gig internet, your day begins at full speed. There's video calling, temp controlling, uploading. Oh, and someone's at the door. Power your home and all your devices all at once. Plus, now you choose what goes into your plan with MyHome. Get the speed you need and save on entertainment you love, like Netflix and Max for just $10 a month. Upgrade your home to Fios 1 gig today. Visit Verizon.com/myverizon.
Visit the Finger Lakes RV Show, May 2nd through the 11th at the Finger Lakes Outlet Mall. Shop top RV brands like Brinkley, Grand Design, Jayco, Winnebago, and more. RVs starting at just $10,895. The Finger Lakes RV Show, May 2nd through the 11th at the Finger Lakes Outlet Mall in Waterloo. Online at buyersrvs.com.
Tomorrow, the Cup Series whips through Kansas at 3 p.m. Eastern on FS1. And next week, it's a race for $1 million in the All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Carson Osevar with the stage 2 win. And Michael, Jamie, let's go back and look at how he won the stage. Here he is third, coming to about 4 to go in the stage. And he's going to pull this big slide job right in between the leaders of Lane Riggs and Grant Enfinger. Look at what Lane Riggs is going to do. He's going to give him this huge push down the front stretch. He's going to gain a ton of speed. Look at this slip move he's going to do on Grant Enfinger.
Right to the bottom. Just a great move by Osevar. You don't know if Lane Riggs thought that's the best way for me to push ahead as well, or if he was kind of mad for getting squeezed like that. But anyway, it was very, very prosperous result for that 7 truck. Got to get the stage win.
Big move. I think we might have some audio on the 34. Let's hear what he thought about that.
Cup guys sure know how to use the rear mirror. Good race. We'll beat him with speed after a few laps, so we'll be fine here. Just keep staying in the game.
Did he call him a Cup guy?
He sure did. And he's right. You know, big part of driving the Cup cars is driving out of the mirror and knowing how to block the lanes, use the runs to your advantage. And Carson Osevar did a great job right there of making that work.
And I think Lane Riggs took that well, too. You know, he said that's just part of that, what it is. He used his mirror. He grabbed that spot. But that was a very, very nice move by Osevar to get in that little hole.
It was a smart move.
So there's Corey Heim. He restarted about 19th. He's up to 12th. Gave up about 14 spots on pit road. They had that trouble with the gun on the left rear. And prior to that stop, he'd only lost 1 spot on pit road all year.
I like this test. This is a test for Corey Heim. We've seen Corey Heim and this team. They have the fastest trucks outside of this last pit stop. They have one of the best pit crews. And the racing has been, well, I'll call it as I see it. It's been pretty easy for Corey. He hasn't had a lot. Every once in a while he gets run into and different things happen, but he's had a really, really fast truck. Now he's going to get a challenge that I don't know if we've seen out of him this year, to where he's got equal tires, equal standing, and he's going to have to drive his way through and go win this race. I love it. I think this is a big test for Corey as he's maturing, as he's in great equipment, and as he's trying to prove himself as a Sunday race car driver. I can't wait to see him in the start stage.
And it's a big bonus for us to get to watch.
Yes.
And by the way, he is a Sunday racer this weekend. Amanda?
Yeah, well, it was a long decision just now. Corey Heim was going to stay out or come into pit. He is staying out, and the decision by Scott Zipadelli, but I have Ryan Zunk, the rear tire changer for Corey Heim. I see a broken gun there on the ground. What happened?
Yeah, during our last stop there, left rear going on, the gun broke. So we reacted quickly enough to where my front changer filled in for me and tightened it up and got us out there. So that's not a normal thing that breaks, but you always got to react to it.
Thank you, Ryan. And I do want to say, Brad, as you were talking about the challenge ahead for Corey Heim, he came on the radio after that stop and said, "Don't worry, guys, I got this."
And so you can see it actually broke the tip off the gun, and the socket came with it. So you can see the socket laying on the ground next to it. They're supposed to be connected, those two pieces, Michael. I think you probably know that, but for some of the fans at home wondering what we're looking at here.
I'll tell you, that was great attitudes all around. Race-winning attitudes. We'll see if they can make their way forward. 70 laps to go. Carson Hocevar leads.
With wet AMD, I worry I'm losing sight of the world around me. But now, I can open up my world with Vabysmo. Vabysmo is the first FDA-approved treatment for people with wet AMD that improves vision and delivers a chance for up to 4 months between treatments. So I can do more of what I love. Vabysmo works differently. It's the only treatment thought to block 2 causes of wet AMD.
Vabysmo is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection, active eye swelling, or are allergic to it. Vabysmo could cause eye infection, retinal detachment, temporary increase in eye pressure, an uncommon risk of heart attack or stroke, or severe swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your retina specialist right away.
Open up your world with Vabysmo.
The #1 prescribed treatment for wet AMD. Ask a retina specialist about Vabysmo.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now. So get any medium 2-topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza for $10.99 when you mix and match.
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready for this moment. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Knock, knock. The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine. Give me a dew.
This is Toyota Gazoo Racing. We've got fast cars and even faster drivers. They're all part of a big, happy family of speed demons. Now you're up to speed. You in?
This spring, it's not enough to just play the claw. You must be the claw. Introducing the Human Crane and all new arcade games, now only at Dave & Buster's.
Friday night, we're under the lights in prime time as the Memphis Showboats take on the San Antonio Brahmas. It's Fox UFL Friday. That kicks off at 8 Eastern. Watching the game last night, let me see my girl Jenny Taft. How about this kid living his best life, just mowing down this barbecue rib? But look at his little sticker there, Brad.
I love truck racing too, buddy. And ribs in Kansas City.
I love ribs. This is what his sticker says on his back.
This is every boy's dream. You know what? I'm growing up, and that's actually my dream. Eating ribs and watching a truck race on a Saturday night in Kansas. It's a beautiful thing.
It is, and we welcome you back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. So it'll be 67 laps to go at the line. Carson Hocevar picked up stage number 2, took the win there. Lane Riggs.
All right, getting ready to go back green for stage 3.
Fourth, the highest we've seen him here tonight. And Daniel Hemrick round out the top 5. More shade on the track. You guys have been talking about turn 1 is completely shaded. All of turn 4, part of turn 3, so things are continuing.
Pace is going to keep picking up, but now these drivers are on older tires. So they got 5 laps on these tires. Look out for the wheel spin on these restarts, and what I'm really watching is the outside row. Will they stick together?
Back green.
Here we go. Carson Hocevar. Lane Riggs on the outside.
Lane with a great start. No help from behind, though.
Looks like William Byron might have spun those tires.
Williams says, I got to go high.
That's going to give Carson Hocevar the lead. Oh, big
Ooh.
moment for Daniel Hemrick.
It's so close.
Big wiggle. He hangs on to it.
They came up the corner 4 wide again. Watch them scramble down the back straightaway. That's Corey Heim.
Making moves underneath Daniel Hemrick, and now Tyler Ingram.
Hayden Honeycutt up top in the 46, hanging in there.
Well, there's 2 guys who are tied for the fastest lap, Carson Hocevar and Lane
20,
Riggs.
30 laps with that 11 truck.
Corey Heim up to 6th, slips back to 7th there.
You better call them quickly, Jamie. These guys are moving all over the place.
There's action everywhere, but meanwhile, Carson Hocevar has set sail out front. Byron up to 3rd. Lane Riggs has slipped back to 4th.
Byron hasn't been quite as fast as Carson Hocevar, but he's been a little more measured in the moves he's making. He's now a threat to win the race, established in the top 3.
You know, he started in the back, and he had to go to the back because his truck stalled, and yet he's fought to the front. What's going on here?
Someone
Bailey
slowed.
Curry looks like
Bailey
down
Curry
the front
slowed
stretch.
significantly.
See if he can get that thing back to the pits. Jersey's back up to speed off of turn 2 as we have Corey Heim and Daniel Hemrick still battling here.
Battle for 8th. This was the finish last week right here, the 11 and the 19, 1-2 at Texas.
Boy, what a battle that was, too. Those colored race trucks. Wow. If we have another epic finish like that here tonight, it's looking like we might.
Nice run for Brandon Jones in that one truck.
We're going to try to make a pass on him on the bottom of 1 and 2. It just barely clears him off of turn 2.
And he'll go after that 18 of Ingram.
5th truck start.
Look at that.
Here for Brandon Jones. No top 10s for him as Corey Heim is on the move. And he does it.
You know, we joke about it being Heim time, and you know, obviously the rhyme is a lot of fun, but he's showing it. I mean, the guy makes great moves. He doesn't really appear to have a big weakness in any of his game. And he had a little bit of misfortune on pit road. He's recovering very nicely here.
Well, we heard the report. Got on the radio and said, don't worry, guys. We'll get it back.
I got this. And I could not agree more. This front 5 are not driving away from Heim as he's continuing to march toward them.
So we're setting ourselves up here, Michael, for a really long run. The field is just starting to kind of get organized. Now the guys all these guys and gals out here have tires that are a little bit older, and they're going to have to make some really critical decisions on pit road as this run progresses, and on the racetrack with how you drive your truck. Drive it a little bit too hard early in the run, you're going to have to pit away. You're not going to be able to go that full length. You might put yourself in jeopardy. It's really interesting to see how this whole run is going to play out here. It probably the way you drive your truck and the crew chief calls the pit stop here is going to dictate our race win.
Well, about lap 95, Brad, last year in this race, that's when the green flag pit stop started. So in about 25 laps from now, between lap 95 and 105 is when they decided to make that stop. We'll see if that's the case again here tonight.
One set of tires remain. When do you come down and put those on?
Yeah, missed the timing on that, and you have no chance to win this race. But one of the things I like that I'm seeing is Lane Riggs. His truck, to me, if he can take care of it, has had the pace to run with Carson Hocevar on these really long runs.
You can see he's better right now than Grant. It looks like he's just searching for a way to get around him, and when he makes that move,
and he needs to find a way, Michael, to get ahead of Grant Enfinger without using his tires up so he can still persevere on the long run.
That's a
Frankie Muniz pits with a vibration.
Too, isn't he? He knows he needs to get rid of the 9 truck and get on his way after Hocevar, but he also knows he needs to be taking care of those tires.
You see Corey Heim now move into the top 5 as well. Passing Caden Honeycutt for 5th place.
Wasting no time at all as he works his way to try to get around the 07 of William Byron. By the way, Connor Zilic was supposed to be in that truck. He injured his back at Talladega in the Xfinity Series, so we're wishing him a speedy recovery. We're expecting him back here and for the next Xfinity race. So William Byron got the call, and here he is now running 5th as Caden Honeycutt trying to get around him to pick up the spot.
Last couple of laps, I'm not going to break any breaking news, but Corey Holmes doing the fastest truck on the track.
He looks pretty good, doesn't he, Mike? I was a little bit surprised here by William Byron. He had established himself in the top 3, and he's starting to fade a little bit here. I thought that truck, that might be his breakthrough moment in the race.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Just
there yet.
Doesn't have the pace that he needs to run with him. He got the track position after a long couple of stages, but then he couldn't hang on to it.
4 top 10s this year for Caden Honeycutt in that 45 truck. Looking for his first top 5 of the season, and that's where he's running right now.
These trucks are so evenly matched inside the top 5. It's a little bit quicker than the others, but still some really solid lap times being put down here by our leader.
Carson Hocevar, our leader, he did all of his racing in the truck series for Nice Motorsports. We were just talking about Caden Honeycutt, but now he's here driving the 7 truck. Brian Patty is the crew chief for Spire Motorsports.
There you see the margin of distance between first and second. Grant Enfinger right against the outside wall, as is Hocevar.
Yeah, I really feel like if Lane Riggs could get by Grant Enfinger, he could run up to Hocevar. He hasn't quite been able to clear him. So now you see the Highline's becoming more and more dominant, particularly as the tires are falling off. You need that banking to get around these corners, give you that extra little bit of grip when the tires are wearing. Look at all the rubber that the track is taking. You can see all the marks on it.
.54 laps to go when Carson Hocevar crosses the start-finish line. He leads over Grant Enfinger from Kansas.
The mountain is calling.
Give me the sunshine, give me a day. Give me a day.
Let's go here for more citizens.
Happy grass, happy home.
So what do you do?
Regular feeding, it makes all the difference. Scott's Weed and Feed. The product is incredible.
Now's the time to kill existing weeds with Turf Builder Weed and Feed.
Feed it, Lord. Feed it. Frisky's World.
Come on, let's explore.
That's made with real salmon.
Look what I found. Little soups for cats.
There's the delicious taste of tuna we treasure.
Definitely coming back tomorrow.
Friskies, always more to explore.
This is Indy's champagne. It doesn't come from Champagne, France, but from the southern region of this Holstein dairy cow. Rich, smooth, and best paired with victory.
Looking to get stronger? This is your year. Join Planet Fitness today for just $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
We're gonna feel this tomorrow.
We're just gonna keep showing up. Showing up.
We're showing up.
You coming?
Join the club today. Just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends Friday, May 16th.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now get 0.9% financing for 60 months on all 2025 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current qualified lessees can get this 2025 Silverado for around $379 a month.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
big truck at Chandler Smith, he was running top 5 for pretty much the first half of this race. Then they came down pit road. Here is what happened.
What you'll look at is the right front tire. They're going to roll it around the truck. And when they do, it has to stay in their box. It's not in their box. It's in the 42 team's box. And this is called pit crew interference. And the penalty for that is you restart the battle.
Yeah.
Can't interfere with another team.
And he was not too happy about this.
Nothing right on pit road. Clean that up before I get back on pit road, please. We got a race to win. We ain't gonna win. Keep on having pit stops like that, boys. You're better than that.
And those teams are better than that, you know, but this is such an intense 15 seconds that they have on pit road. And anything, Josh, it's just, you marvel at what
What's up, Eric? How you doing?
Every now and then something goes wrong.
Just watching some trucking.
And it's been an up and down day for Chandler Smith. During practice, he felt like he had a great truck, and then they fired off.
Kosovar is leading by about a second over
Grant
Enfinger.
got much better, but then the penalty happened, and then he came over the radio.
William Byron's in the race tonight, running 6th.
And this truck is not where it needs to be as he's fighting his way to stay in the top 10. But we know Chandler Smith is a guy that's been so good this season. The team felt like they were really clicking going into this race, but he did talk to me about pit road being an issue the last 2 weeks, and it reared its head once again today.
So he's got that frustration building from last week. So after the penalty, he restarted 22nd. He's already up to 10th, and I know the truck isn't perfect.
Just
It's
got home
not
from
to his
work,
liking,
same.
but certainly going in the right direction.
I had the day off today.
You dig a hole in these races, it's really hard to dig back out of it, you know.
We're talking about digging, though. Grant Enfinger, the last few laps, has outrun and closed in.
Big moment down the backstretch here. Enfinger with the run on Hocevar.
Here's Grant Enfinger trying to take the lead.
In the middle of the lap truck.
So close.
He's closed.
And Carson Hocevar, but he's going to have another run
Here
right
comes
here.
Enfinger.
That number 9 truck has been way faster the last few laps than Hocevar, but now he's there, Brad. Aero blocking becomes part of the game. Can Carson
Hocevar has to hold him off now.
All this started with the sequence with the lap truck of Spencer Boyd. Carson Hocevar just couldn't quite clear him. Lost his momentum off of turn 2.
Man,
now he's trying to run away from Grant Enfinger here.
That battle for the lead that we saw there has allowed Lane Riggs and Corey Haim to close in as well. We're going to have a 4-truck battle for the lead here. Look at that. Riggs is there. Haim's not quite
Lane
the
Riggs
that we saw earlier.
trying to get in
the
this
race.
battle.
You talked about burning your tires off. Yeah. You know, he had to come from a hole. Do you think that could be part of it?
Made these runs on the bottom of the racetrack to make passes, and that's going to be hard on your tires. So, oh, you see Carson Hocevar, he's loose. He's
Working
really
that
fighting.
wheel. Look at him go.
And you know he's loose when he just saw his hand. Just wiped the sweat off his temple like, whoo, this is a lot of work up here.
Those are those white gloves.
Yes. You could really see it in that shot. Wow, look at his
Damn,
hands.
man. He's really driving that thing.
Really working the steering wheel. And here comes Lane Riggs. That's a talented racer right there. Hanging onto that thing, leading the race. A run now for Grant Enfinger. He's
Grant Enfinger's coming.
He knows what Carson Hocevar is dealing with. Takes a look
Grant
to the
Enfinger on the inside.
Stick here.
It's not going to
We've been
stick.
banking on the exit of turn 2. You see how it adds up right there.
Oh, Lane
contact.
Riggs.
He was right
Lane
next
Riggs
to that
almost-
wall, maybe just skimming along it.
You see a little bit of marks on the right side and up against the wall.
A few kisses for sure.
Oh, he slided up the hill.
He's gonna
Turn
turn
back
back
under
under
him.
Oh, contact again. This time between the 9 and the 34.
Damn, man.
Battle for second.
Hocevar will pull away with the lead as now Enfinger and Riggs are racing for second and third.
Thank you so much for doing that. You saw how hard he was working trying to hold off the
Lane
9
Riggs will
truck.
take second.
But here comes Lane Riggs.
Lane Riggs has been waiting for this moment. Here you're going to see off of turn 2 that last lap, how close he gets to that wall. Just, oh, wow. I think he brushed it. Can't quite see. You see the tire marks off the back of the truck.
And watch Lane trying to see if, or trying to clear himself, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and Enfinger gives him a little bit of a break here. He could have been a big wreck.
Look at that 34 truck. Right up against that outside wall. I talked about the pit window opening up around lap 95. I think we got our first takers.
Yeah, it looks like Chandler Smith's on pit road.
Chandler's down there getting 4 tires. This is his final scheduled stop. This is about what we expected to happen.
So, yep, got people pitting now.
You said lap 95, and here they are.
Have the tire in control there. Looks like
The green
some
flag pit stops
adjustments.
are underway.
Try to get that truck fixed up with 40 laps to go here. Jack Wood on pit road as well.
Now you got to remember what Corey Heim was able to do. He charged himself into contention. You talked about he could have wore his tires out. So now he's going to try to get on level ground with the tires and with his track
It
position.
fuels
So
49 to
when
53
Corey
laps, so
Heim
with
comes
40 to
in
go,
as compared to Carson
we're good to
Hosbar,
go.
Lane Riggs.
Everybody is.
It looks like Lane Riggs might be pitting this time.
As is Grant Enfinger.
So Carson Hocevar will wait at least
Raja Caruth on pit
another
road.
lap.
Yep, Long John Silver's is still in business.
Now he's going to have same tires, same track position as the guys he's racing. Can Corey Heim
Kind of surprising.
use that to go win this race?
And they all pitted earlier than Carson Hocevar, and they were right on his rear bumper. So they'll come out and run one lap on newer tires. That might be enough to bridge the gap and get him in front of
Lane Riggs is pitting. Carson Hocevar is still out there. It looks like he's coming this lap.
Carson's going to bring it to pit road here. He got involved.
Hocevar is pitting now.
Oh, locked the right front up a little bit.
Locked to the right front. He might have sped there.
Yeah, it's probably maximized there, but just remember, Brad, he might be a tire.
Raja Caruth speeding on pit road.
Tire when he got mixed up on that black one bump up.
So with Hocevar pitting, that gives the lead to William Byron.
Oh, and around goes the 33. Frankie Muniz goes around. Caution.
Oh, wow.
Caution.
What a huge break for some of these guys and a huge loss for a few others.
Well, it's a big break for Byron.
And Carson Hocevar. He'll cycle back in the lead with brand new tires.
Well, he's
Carson just now leaving pit road.
not sure.
I don't think he won a lap down. We'll have to see how this all cycles here. I think he just beat William Byron to the line right there. You see William Byron and you see Carson Hocevar. The pit out line is down the front stretch here. That's going to trap a bunch of these good
Yeah, that was
trucks
a
down.
little bit over a 16-minute green flag run.
Lane Riggs, Grant Enfinger. What a turn of events that was. We talked about it, crew chiefs deciding when to pit and how that could really affect the race.
And you talked about how running one more lap could have cost Carson Hocevar the lead of this race.
It saved him.
But instead,
it saved him.
But because the caution flag fell, the leader had to slow down, and that put Carson in a position to get out on the lead lap.
The 34 truck, Lane Riggs will get the free pass. So that tells me they are definitely, all the leaders that pitted there are trapped behind William Byron.
There you see the lead truck, the 07 of William Byron, hadn't been to pit road.
Showing now the top 15 on the lead lap. Lane Riggs will join them. Grant Enfinger in 17th.
See if we get a replay on what happened with Frankie Muniz. Caused this caution.
So a lot of people will pit right here on the caution.
Pit road.
You see him right here. This is Frankie.
Oh no, he's another truck trying to get the
Trying to get him.
Oh, so he's trying to avoid another truck and ended up losing
He almost
control.
held on to her. Whoa, Gio Ruggiero had his eyes full of that 33 truck whipping around.
Gave it his all to save it. Goes down and hits that infield grass. And the caution flew. So this is interesting.
It's a good place for us, man. There's going to be a lot go on under this caution.
I've seen this story before, Michael, recently.
So again, this should cycle Carson Hocevar to the lead when we're done. But we're going to have a cycle of pit stops for those that didn't get as fortunate as Carson did. And they'll line up behind him with William Byron leading the way to pit road.
And there'll be some wave arounds as well. Pits are open.
So Alan Hart, the crew chief for the 07 of William Byron.
William Byron can get the adjustment that he needs. You talked about getting the track position, not being able to keep it. He's going to have those fresh tires and an adjustment here, see if he can get what he needs to be competitive.
And here they come. They're coming your way,
Angels up in the cloud.
Yeah, William Byron has been struggling with a tight truck all night, setting on some of the same adjustments that they've already made here. William Byron is great on 1.5 miles in the Truck Series. He's picked up 4 wins of his 8 career wins in the Truck Series as he makes his way over to the box. But the luxury here is taking those 4 tires and getting back out for the rest of this race, guys. Nice big adjustment there for the 07.
How good's that feel to look over at the wall and see those sticker tires, Brad, coming off your truck, and knowing you're going to leave pit road here, restarting on the front row. Stuart Friesen actually beats William Byron off the pit road. He'll join Carson Osvar up front when we come back from the other.
Sun is setting.
Tanner Gray loses one spot, slips back to fourth off pit road. We will be back at Kansas Speedway. Stay with us.
It's not about the cars, the speed, the action. It's not about the party or the long weekend. It's about them, the ones that gave everything. This Memorial Day weekend, we honor the fallen at America's Home for Racing. The 66th running of the Coca-Cola 600.
Gotta have a lucky charm when you ride, right? Make you feel safe and protected out there.
That's why I never leave home without a photo of the little ones.
Bracelet from my husband.
Ordinary.
Lucky
I
rabbit.
want you to hear me down. Dead and buried.
It's Swedish.
I'm on the edge
That's
of
a
the
blue
line.
rabbit. Name's
There's
Food.
something you find.
Well, there's really no need for a lucky charm when you
Angels
ride.
up in the
Not
club.
when America's #1 motorcycle insurance got your back.
We're just gonna ignore the fact that Carl has a rabbit. Name's Food.
Put the work in.
Mommy, I have to go potty.
You gotta do it, please.
Oh. So, what's next?
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
Put the work in.
It's Saturday night. You could go out and make some memories, but people make bad choices on a Saturday night. Or you could be at home with edgier seat action and Joe Davis and Smoltz giving the play-by-play like a bedtime story for grown-ups. If it's Saturday night, it's baseball night in America. Next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
The Gold Cup Race of Champions really define a sprint car driver's season. It's where you can make your most money. It's where you can really make a name for yourself.
You know, we'd won Gold Cup the year before, so it's always nice to come back to a race knowing that you're all capable of winning it.
Brad Sweet, he's won almost everything in the sport. It's amazing that he's never won this event.
Brad Sweet goes to the bottom, side by side for the race lead off of turn number 2. Oh, Brad Sweet's off the track into the wall.
Those guys are so good. Dirt Episode 2 premieres May 13th at 10 Eastern on FS1. And personalities, it's a must-watch for sure. How about the sunset, guys?
Well, beautiful time to be in Kansas. It is that. I'm as happy as that kid eating that rib.
It's been one of those days, Michael. Beautiful. It's supposed to be the same tomorrow. Beautiful weather. And so we have the sun setting off turn 4. We also have the waxing gibbous moon. It's 96% full. Our stat guys are on it. They'll give you a stat
Yes,
for anything.
not a full moon.
Look at this.
Record.
It's waxing. It's going to be 100% full on Monday, Brad.
I say we're saving it for the Cup race. You guys are going to have a big time tomorrow. Racing those Cup cars here at this track that finished a year ago. Holy cow. Everything that happened to this track is just a highlight reel. This track over the last decade has just turned into such a great racetrack for NASCAR. The Cup Series, Truck Series, and Xfinity Series with some great finishes. I'm feeling we're going to see one of those here in just a few minutes with 33 laps to go here at Kansas in this truck race. Carson Osvar on the bottom lane, William Byron on the top. It'll be really interesting to see here as well. William Byron, we saw them make those adjustments. We saw him fade on those last few runs. Did they get the adjustments to where he can keep up with Carson?
11 trucks waved around to get
back
back on
green.
the lead lap. Here we go. Carson Osvar, William Byron. Look at the big push by Stuart Friesen up front.
Scramble is on. Anytime you have a
Restart's
caution
under
during
review.
green flag pit stops, you're going to get a big mix-up in the lineup, and we're seeing that right now.
Look at Ben Rhodes in the 99, running 5th right now. Told me earlier, after qualifying, truck was terrible. Said we don't have the time, we're not allowed to even make the adjustments we need to make this truck better. It's so loose. And there he is, and he's still loose, but running at the front of the pack.
Stuart Friesen squeezing down on William Byron.
Big side drafts for that second position. They do not want to give it up.
Being told the restart is under review.
Byron not quite clear on Stuart Friesen. That was a big move right there. If he was able to clear him, he would have a shot at Carson Hocevar. Not able to clear him, and settle back into third.
And Corey Heim finds himself in the exact same position again, Brad, after that pit stop, going down the lap, having to wave around.
Digging out of a hole.
Digging out of a hole and using up those tires, while Carson Hocevar has smooth sailing right now with 30 laps to go.
What a run for that 52 truck. Stuart Friesen, Michael, we talked about the 3-race stretch he's had. 24th, 29th, 27th. Sounded so dejected, like he was ready to throw in the towel on this series, Michael. Perhaps tonight it turns around.
We talked about the review of the restart.
Oh, wow. Corey Heim is going to get penalized here.
Corey Heim gets a
Restart
penalty.
Violation.
Along with Tony Breidinger.
See if we get a replay
Wow.
here. See exactly what happened with Corey Heim. Oh, there he is. He's going to jump outside here. You see him, he's high too early. You cannot jump a lane before the start-finish line. Just before the start-finish line, looked like he might have jumped Grant Enfinger.
And that's so difficult to see as a driver. You're down in there, in that truck behind all the other trucks, trying to anticipate where that
Still
start-
two guys with
It looks really easy. So why'd you do that?
Tied.
And inside the truck and in-car cameras.
To the fastest
really
lap.
difficult to see. So he's going to have to pit for a pass-through penalty here. I assume they're probably arguing that, which is why he hasn't pitted right now, but pretty clear on the replay.
The black flag is being waved by our starter, so they have called the pit penalty.
All that work, all that effort he put into getting that track position, getting back up front. He will have to come down pit road. Let's listen to his radio.
The 5 got on the line. I was just following the 5. I don't understand that. Protested or something. I mean, that's bullshit. You can't have the guy get on the line and me follow him.
Well, it was called, and Corey Heim is now serving his penalty.
As a driver, Brad, do you understand what he's saying? Or
Yeah,
is it
but
just
you
pretty
can't
black and
see
white?
very well, so you're following the trucks in front of him. He's saying a truck in front of him moved down the line. He was just following it.
That's a penalty.
NASCAR's not seeing it the same way Corey is seeing it, obviously.
Now you just can't compound it by speeding on pit road when you're frustrated and mad. That's easy to do as well. So he's going to remain on the lead lap. I think pretty much his chances of winning are gone, no matter what happens in this race. But he could still get a good finish with the caution. If the caution were to fly here, he's back up to speed ahead of the leaders.
For this battle for fourth, Ben Rhodes battling the rookie Gio Ruggiero. Meanwhile, Carson Hocevar leading this race. He'll be in the race tomorrow. On FS1, the NASCAR Cup Series heads right here to the heartland of America as the biggest stars in racing look to bring home a victory in Kansas. Coverage of the Advent Health 400 begins at 1:30 Eastern with the green flag flying at 3 o'clock. That's only on FS1. And happy that Brad Keselowski's joining us here in the booth. I know it wasn't a good day in qualifying for you, Brad, but on the flip side, Chris Buescher.
Oh, trouble!
On the front row. Yes, we have two
On the backstretch. 44 is around. Bailey Curry, 81. 25 to go. The caution is out.
Got sideways first. Bozak
Tough break for these two, running 8th and 10th. Big break, though, for Corey Heim. Puts him back in this race.
Because about a 4-minute and 6-second green flag, or 8-second green flag run.
Laps to go.
4-minute, 8-second green flag run about.
There's the left rear. I got the left rear in the fence a little bit. Left rear tail.
This is racing up off turn 2. Oh, you could see already around was the 44 of Curry. The 81 of Mosak was slowing down, got hit from behind and spun around.
And they're trying to avoid the 44 spinning out. You know, looks like Chandler Smith got in the back of him. I'm sure Chandler couldn't see what was happening, you know.
Wild off turn 2, running right out next to that wall.
so well.
See that full speed.
I want you laying me down.
Happening at 170 miles an hour. You can see that truck.
On the edge of the night, sun drunk in your fire. The angels up in the clouds, and down only found something so wild. The ordinary.
Still in a hole.
I want you laying me down.
See all the damage to the back of Connor Rozak from the contact there with Chandler Smith.
Let's listen to the 44 radio.
Talk to me here.
Damn.
Just trying to run the top and got loose.
Yeah, but when you can do that, Jamie, at that speed and have minimal damage and be able to race on, you know, it's just
Man was screaming.
finding your craft. We know these guys
Fucking
are just driving
chill,
right
dude.
on the edge of control. They're just giving it all they
They're
got.
fucking chill pill or
especially this
something.
late in the race, and it just slipped with Bailey, and you'll learn from that and move on.
Bailey's not full-time in this truck, but gosh, we talk about him so often. He does such a nice job, and I give him an A for effort. That could have been entirely worse.
Yes. You know, when you're living on the edge, though, and that's what it has to do in these race cars. You know, race cars, race trucks, if there's margin, you're not driving it hard enough. That's right. You know, there should be zero margin, and sometimes you step over.
Xfinity is on CW all
All right,
year.
so
Trucks is
Parker's
on
taking a
FS1
breath
all
here.
year.
It'll be 22 laps to go at the line.
Setting ourselves up for a really big restart.
Except I think
Wild
trucks might have a few races that are on Fox, but it's all within the Fox networks.
Right at the start, you see it there. Our pole sitter, Jake Garcia, a little sideways, and then the contact going into turn one.
A lot of good trucks in trouble right off the bat. Speaking of fast, we had to use one on the spinner.
He gets penalized for intentionally bringing out the caution. Meanwhile, Corey Heim picks up stage one.
Issues for William Byron, leaving his pit box. Issues for Frankie Muniz, losing a tire.
But Byron hasn't had any other issues that we know of. Seems to be full song.
Another issue on pit road with Corey Heim.
Yep, Cup is going to
Big
Prime
change in the race. You see that the
starting after next week. And next week will be on FS or yeah, I think it's FS1. The All-Star race. Maybe it's on Fox. I don't know.
Caution during
And then
pit stops and things just got all jumbled up.
the Coke 600 will be on
Muniz
Prime.
goes around, and this is the latest incident that brought out the seventh caution of the night. Connor Mozak.
And they'll be on Prime until Pocono.
Synchronized spinning, wasn't it?
It sure was.
I don't even fucking remember. Isn't it TNT that picks it up?
In our booth, I think
Yeah, TNT picks it up after that.
There has been a lot to show and talk about here today. No
And they'll be
shortage
on
of
until.
What about
Actually, I don't remember
that truck in
exactly
third
when they'll be
place?
on
We
till.
talked, Jamie, about the struggle.
They'll be on until some point. I think like August.
He's, I think he would take
And then
third
NBC takes
and
over.
Get out of here, but you know what? He's going to drive it like he stole it. He's not going to. You won't know he would take third right now. He's going to try to win this race.
What's going to be really interesting to me, and what I'll be looking for on the restart when we go back green here in the next few laps, is the restarter in the fourth position. They are probably going to be the ones that dictate what happens on this restart. If they get a good launch, and Michael, if they're able to keep the second place truck in that outside lane with good momentum by giving them a push, the outside lane will have a significant advantage here and might be able to defeat Carson Oscar if he picks the bottom lane. If they don't, Carson Oscar is most likely going to just drive off on this restart.
Well, Willie D will be on the outside of the front row. It looks like Gio Ruggiero will be behind Willie. Ben Rhodes taking the bottom.
Now they gotta get every damn thing.
Taking the top.
It's like, yeah, that sucks. It sucks.
50-50,
But the thing is that we're still gonna do it.
Byron will restart
Like,
on the front row. Amanda.
at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Because, yeah, it sucks and it's annoying, but we're still gonna fucking do it. So, luckily I have my friend's Prime subscription account, but
video from this race prior
my old
last
boss,
year, and
she
he
gave
has the
me
other side looking at some
her
S&T data.
Prime,
Just talked to his team
but
asking
if
for
I didn't,
comparative
I would
lap
still
times
buy
between
it,
him and
you
Carson
know.
Hocevar. Not surprised to hear it, Josh.
Well, Stuart Friesen battled his way up to the third position during that last run. It's been a tough day for him during practice. He said that truck was not good. The good thing about it, though, he said they were on the
That's
both
what they know.
sides of their balance. So
They know we're still going to do it, so they can do whatever they want.
They knew in race where they needed to be to get this truck in position. Came over the radio just a little while ago, said the balance is finally neutral. They might have something to contend for a win during this last run, guys.
I like hearing that. For Stuart Friesen, did you see that? 68 races since his last win. You think he's a little hungry?
Very hungry. You know Stewart's on the gas. What about that bright yellow truck on the
All right,
road
get ready to go
over
back
there?
green.
Matt Crafton has battled himself into a position in the top 10. Here's what I'm watching, guys.
Green flag's back in the air. 20 laps to
That's
go.
going to dictate this restart. If he can stay tight to William Byron, it's going to be very difficult for Carson Hocevar.
Leaders cross the line. That means we've reached our Craftsman.
Here comes
20
Byron.
to go.
Here comes the push.
Look how close this restart is. Gio Ruggiero right up the middle.
And the push works. William Byron is going to get to the outside of Carson Hocevar. Now can Tanner Gray close the ground and give another push? Big run coming. No,
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. He's going to try to clamp
Here's
down
Tanner
on
Gray.
Carson. But William Byron is still
Nope,
there.
he's going to fall off.
Tanner
William
Gray
Byron's
all
still
that
there, though.
momentum. He slides back.
Gio Ruggiero's
See that?
battling for
Gio
third.
Ruggiero gets around him, picks up the third spot. Battle up front. Carson Hocevar hangs on to it. William Byron, the 2016 winner here, trying to hang on for his second win at Kansas.
Williams' truck just doesn't
9
quite
years
look
ago.
as
That's
good as
crazy.
Carson's truck. Carson's truck able to carry that run down into 3 and 4 and just barely clear him off of turn 4. That was a big, big moment for him to seal his position in the lead.
Look at this battle. Tanner Gray going for it again. Look at this battle between teammates.
What about Dawson Sutton making himself known in the top 5?
He had a penalty earlier, Michael.
2-lap penalty.
A 2-lap penalty, and now here he is, the rookie running up in the top 5. He and Gio Ruggiero, both rookies in the series.
Wow, did you see how fast Lane Riggs went through the center of that corner? Rolling the bottom. Wow, he sustained it too off and is able to close right up on the 17 truck. And that goes back in the fact that, look at the lights are on. It's getting darker outside. That bottom lane's getting faster. William Byron is using every trick he has in his book to try to close in as Corey Heim works his way through the field back into the top 10 after that big penalty we saw right before this yellow.
Pass-through penalty, and here he is, Corey Heim doing Corey Heim things. 11th right now.
You got to think for Corey Heim, if he's able to get a top 10 out of a day where nothing seems to want to go his way, that would be a good win for him. Another guy that needs a top 10 is Brandon Jones in that one truck. He's had a tough 2025 in the truck series. He's got a good run going. 3 wide battle for 9. Let's go ahead and call it 4.
Corey Heim says, excuse me,
He's going to get all of them in one move.
Corey Heim, unbelievable. Up to 9th, just like that.
Oh, Brandon Jones, you see the arrow effect right there. He got right behind Corey Heim, lost the front end, had to lift.
Last week, Carson Hocevar jumped in the truck for the first time this season. And then on Sunday, what did he do? He started on pole for the first time in his Cup career. Now here he is leading this race, looking to bring home another Truck Series win.
Byron staying with him just a little bit better now. Yeah, and also Lane Riggs is 4th. You see just behind these two, and Lane has closed right in on Tanner Gray. He's been pretty fast. Remember, he got caught a lap down. Oh, he's pushing it hard, isn't he? He might go right up to the wall for turn 4. But Lane Riggs got caught a lap down in that green flag pit cycle, which he had the yellow. He's clawed his way back out of that here in the top 4. You can see just ahead of these two, the battle for the lead is really tightening up. Carson Hocevar's got it. William Byron wants it. Down to a quarter of a second.
Carson Hocevar has now led the most laps of the race, 61 and counting. As Corey Heim picks up another one, moves into 8th around Ben Rhodes.
Looks like he might get Sutton as well here off of turn 4. Wow, what a turn. Able just to pin that thing on that white line. The truck's a rocket for sure.
Really impressed with that 26 driver, Dawson Sutton. Doing a really nice job. He did race here last year. Michael finished in the top 5. Now he gets to come back to a track for the second time, and he's doing big things.
There's a lot of big things happening up front. I think Lane Riggs is the fastest truck on the track. He just got to get past that last lap. Just got to get past Tanner Gray to go up there and heat up the leaders. He's going to do it here.
And he does it. Lane Riggs to third.
I'm going to
Despite
Pocono.
running side by side for third, still a really fast lap time for the 34. He loves what he's doing right now.
Stuart Friesen slipped back a little bit to sixth. He's got a mirror full of Corey Heim.
See, he's got a windshield full of Gio Ruggiero too, so really tight battling in the top five.
Tricon Garage Sandwich, and he's the meat in the middle. Stuart Friesen hanging on.
He's going to move. Just can't quite roll the bottom of 1 and 2 as fast as he needs to get Gio. Corey Heim sizes this up. He'll go to the bottom. We've seen how fast. Ooh, he fakes to the bottom. Takes it to the top. Stewart's going to try to slide up right in front of him. Right down to the grass on the front straightaway, trying to do anything he can to get position on Friesen. But the draft was too strong there. Even though he had that little extra speed on Stewart, you could see where his truck stalled out. Couldn't keep that run coming on to Stuart Friesen.
10 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway. Carson Hocevar with a 1 second lead over his teammate William Byron.
Surprised that Hocevar has pulled out to this large of a lead.
That gap behind William Byron.
Digging is right, Jamie. He is doing everything he can to close on these leaders. 0.3 of a second faster than William Byron. That last lap was Lane Riggs. He's running out of time, though. It's going to be 8 to go this time by. Another guy that's running out of time is Corey Heim. Battled back into the top 10, but not going to be enough. Another fast truck was at 11 tonight. These are the races that really sting. You know, when you have really fast trucks and, you know, have a little bit of a bad break, but also a little mistake to go with that. And, what could have been? It's one of those nights for Corey Heim. He's had 3 or 4 stingers this year. As dominant as he's been, he could have very well won twice as many races, but big slide pass. Wow. Lane Riggs said, I'm taking this position. Let's see what we can do with. And he was 0.2 faster than the leader that last lap. Lane Riggs was. So he's got a long ways to catch the leader, but he's got some speed too. Well, now he's gotten rid of William Byron, and that was 0.2 faster dealing with him. So let's see what happens here. This is getting good. See him rolling the top, just really pushing his truck hard. Look at that, right out to the outside wall. What a display of his truck control and talent right now.
Back in 2020.
I should go with my dad. He did a ride along there. I'm going to see him sometime in June. Why not during that? I quit my job June 1st. Wow.
And Hocevar finished second.
Quitting your job? Is that the job that you have with Camden?
Setting sail as the laps tick down. Carson Hocevar looking for his 5th Truck Series win and his first since 2023.
Well, if Lane can get there, remember, he was not too happy with the mirror driving cup driver that he called Carson Hocevar. So he did gain 1/10 of a second that last lap.
We're in the bottom 3 and 4 right now. No gain there.
See here the spotter for Carson Hocevar, trying to let him know what's going on around him.
Riggs is slowly shrinking that gap.
Got a slow truck. That last lap, 0.3
That should
of a
be a
second
caution.
faster.
He was 4th. That's the 15 truck. Guys, we were just talking about Tanner Gray.
What a great night it's been, but now
That will be a caution. It has to be. The way he makes
He's
it.
almost at his stop just before the entrance to pit road.
There's a slow truck on track.
Here.
NASCAR's going to have a tough decision to make.
He is limping
Yeah, he's
his
literally
way.
gonna,
There
it's
he
going to be a
is,
caution.
just inside turn number 4.
Trying not to. Is he going to get it?
Stay
low here, stay against the grass.
Got to get on pit road and even maybe duck into that an opening there. As you see, Lane Riggs continues to try to track down Carson Hocevar right out next to the outside.
No caution.
This is a big turn for him. Look at
No
the
caution.
ground he's gaining.
Just
Wow,
1
right to
second
the
back
wall.
down. Look at this battle up front.
That was a beautiful.
Now Lane Riggs is catching Hocevar.
Let's put him right where he wants to be.
0.5 of a second faster that last lap. Look at this. He looks like Kyle Larson up there.
He does. Doing Kyle Larson things is Lane Riggs. Oh, he's in the wall.
Oh, Lane Riggs hit the wall a little bit.
Digging. Gosh, you gotta love that about Lane. He is just on the gas.
Second time tonight we saw him touch that outside wall, but he's not
But
giving
he's not,
up.
yeah.
Look at this gap.
He's not
just
done.
shrinking 0.4 of a second behind Carson.
Oh, I think Carson's better though.
Two to go.
Two to go.
Battles all over this track still. See Hemrick trying to force his way in there, but I'm interested in this 34 truck.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, I don't think.
Really
I think it's going to be Hocevar.
You see the gap shrinking. Lap trucks in front of him.
He is gaining though.
Gonna put it on the
But
outside
I don't
wall
think it'll be enough.
This is where he needs to be.
Oh
Look at the
shit.
PS. This is where he needs to be.
Oh
Look at
shit,
the
maybe.
pace. He's going to have a run down the front stretch.
Comes the white flag. White flag's in the air. 1 lap to go. Here comes Lane Riggs. White flag. He is there.
Last lap at Kansas Speedway.
What is he going to do? He is going to the inside. Lane Riggs to the inside. Going to make some contact. And they hit the wall. They both hit the wall. They're both going again, though.
Wow.
And Byron is coming up, but it doesn't look like Byron will reach them. Through turn 3, Hocevar has the lead, and Carson Hocevar is going to win at Kansas Speedway. Wow. That was exciting. That got my fucking shit going. He tried to pull the bump and run, but couldn't.
Wow, my heart's racing. What a finish.
I mean, I loved our view of this thing, but what about William Byron? He was watching those two.
Yeah, Byron was like.
The best seat in the house.
How did they both keep it straight?
Byron was really hoping he could get it.
A great drive there. You can tell the pace was falling.
I love Carson, though. I'm so happy he won.
And that job that Lane Riggs did, running an inch off the wall and just throwing it all out there, that was an amazing drive for this young racer.
Yeah, he put it up against the wall in 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and got that big run. Almost had Carson there.
That was going to hurt. Just being that close, you can taste it.
Padres up 15-0.
The 22-year-old from Portage, Michigan. Carson Hocevar finds his way back to
16-0 now.
Truck Series full-time.
It's fucking great. And the Rockies are historically bad.
Moved up to the Cup Series last year. Now he's just coming back to have fun.
This looks like fun. 5th win in this series.
He's here for the wins, Brad. Nothing else matters. Don't have to worry about those points. There he is. All 6'6" of them.
6, 8, whatever he is.
He's the tall one. Certainly the tallest driver in the field.
Spire Motorsports has now won 3 races with Cup Series drivers in their trucks.
They've got 2 all-star trucks, the 07 and the 7. And they battled till the end. William Byron in the 07 finished 3rd. There's Lane Riggs.
There's Lane Riggs after losing.
Again at Kansas. What an effort.
Carson Hocevar is your winner tonight.
That young man put on him.
I think the fans like what they saw tonight.
I'm glad you said your heart was racing, because mine is too.
Yes, wow, what a
fun.
fun. I want to hear what Carson has to say about this.
Look at Carson Hocevar. No sweat on him. He is the winner, and he's with our Amanda Busick.
No sweat, but I think you can see that massive smile from Carson Hocevar as he excites the crowd here at Kansas Speedway. And man, I would love to know what was going through your mind as Lane Riggs was chasing you down. You guys contacted there on that last lap. How did you save that, Carson?
I just thought I'd make it entertaining. Were y'all entertained? No, it's that 34 truck was super good. This truck was really good on the short runs, and I didn't think he would get to us for how far back he was, but he was super good. And it's been a while since I've been in like a finish like that where it's just all out there. So credits to him. I know he's going for everything there. I'm shocked. I thought it threw it away and it wasn't that bad, but I figured I'd kill it right here.
I I did hear your team tell you to save that engine, that they got to use it, but I want to go back to the beginning of the race. You guys had to come down on pit road very early there to protect the right rear end, the tire. What's the importance of maintaining composure in those moments?
I knowing that it's not a season, right? Knowing that I get only 4 shots at this, right? It's it's win or bust. So just taking care of it is most important, right? If that left rear blew, we just feel really stupid if it takes us out of it. So big thanks to first off, out and east, Cody Fall for giving me the opportunity of making that phone call. Mom and Dad, I love you. My grandma passed away a few years ago, so Grandpa, this is for you. Yeah, super cool. Thank you so much, Jeff Dickerson. I got to drive the 7 car one time, and that changed my life. And it looks pretty good when we get to drive the 7 a little bit more often.
In front of this crowd on their feet, Carson Hocevar, your winner here in Kansas.
Carson Hocevar wins the truck race at Kansas. Nice.
Lane Riggs ties the season best with a second place finish.
Here's Lane Riggs.
You were ripping it towards the end, ripping up by the wall. Got to Carson Hocevar, but couldn't get around him. Made some contact. What more could you have done? Man, I gave it my all. We were really down bad with the track position there, and about midway through the 3rd stage, we were about to take the lead, and we did the green flag pit stop. That really hurt us, and had to come from 16th all the way into that green flag run and get all the way back to him. But yeah, last lap, I got to him, got into him a little bit. We both hit the wall. He won the race, and I think
I did see him climb the fence. I saw that video.
Coming to checker, but how can you be mad when you win the race, right? But it's all good. It's great to race with the Cup guys, and I think that just proves that I'm going to be there one day. Second place finish for Lane Riggs.
I love that. And I agree.
Yeah, I do love that too.
Yeah, I mean, I
love that attitude, man.
He earned his way up to the front. Both these drivers put on a great
Carson Hocevar kissed the camera.
That is one happy driver.
And he gave the flag to a fan.
To drive the 7 car. Jeff Dickerson inspiring it, changed his life. And here he is on top of the board. Carson Hocevar gets the win. Lane Riggs second. William Byron, Corey Hines.
Yeah.
After the adversity, he comes.
All right, y'all. I'm going to end this shit right here. It was a fun time tonight. I'll be live for Cup tomorrow, obviously. I'll be live at, what the fuck is the green flag time? What's the green flag time? What's the green flag time? What's the time that the green flag happens? What is that time? Let's see. What's the green flag time? The time that the race starts. What's that time? The green flag, like the flag that like signifies the start of the race. What time does that come out? We'll see the time of the green flag. It's 3:13. 3:13 tomorrow. So I'll be live at 2:45.
For us, we could go
Here's William Byron.
Like 10 to 15. That would just build really tight all throughout the day. So I felt like I had a chance there. After the restart, I felt like my stuff refired pretty good, and I was able to run some different lanes. But then I just started to lose the front tires and struggle. But there at the end, I just kind of put it on the fence, and it felt like I was making some ground back up, maybe a little bit. But I was just hoping they would crash, but they didn't. So it was exciting for my seat for sure, and just appreciate these guys letting me come do it. HendrickCars.com, obviously, Chevrolet, Spire, all their guys. It was fun. I enjoyed it. The truck drives a lot different, which is kind of fun to slide it around, and can't do much of that tomorrow. So just gotta kind of reacclimate tomorrow, but just excited for tomorrow as well.
And William Byron will have a chance to try and get a win in the Cup race out here tomorrow, man.
Yeah, Josh, I was just talking to Corey Heim about it.
There's Corey Heim actually doing here.
Everything that he battled today, and he was like, I would rather be first. How painful are these, Corey?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like you said, for all the adversity we had today, finishing 4th is a good day, I guess. If you told me I was going to finish 4th with like 25 to go, coming from 25th, 21st, whatever it was at the end there, that'd be a pretty good ending, I guess, or last little stretch. But yeah, just obviously the penalty on my part at the end kind of took us out of it. It was really hard to judge which lane to follow there. I didn't know if the lane was moving up or down, and made the wrong call on my part and got penalized for it. So I'm on coming from the back, 2 other times. So regardless of that, just really proud of Truck and Garage, Safe Light Toyota. This Foster Love Blue truck was awesome today. Just needed to, I guess, just execute better all around. These truck races are so short that if you have one thing go wrong late, it's pretty much over for us. So all in all, a decent day for points and everything. Just got to execute better at the end on my part.
Tough watching Carson celebrate behind you?
It's all right. We get to racing tomorrow, so we'll be fine.
That's a
I
great
think
point. I was just going to
I'll
say
be live at
Corey Heim will
2:45
race in the
tomorrow.
Cup Series race tomorrow. He'll compete.
I don't know if I said
against that
3:45.
man
I said
right there,
I'll be live at
Carson Hocevar
2:45
Carson in
tomorrow.
Victory Lane. And they'll be battling the guy standing to my left, Brad
Eastern.
Keselowski. So I like what what we're setting up here. Carson Hocevar was in the booth for the ARCA race last night. He goes to
But yeah.
Victory Lane here.
All right, y'all. I
Booth
want to
with
thank you
us.
guys for watching.
Victory Lane.
It's fun times tonight, and peace out.
Last week,
And went
and
to
he
Victory
won the
Lane on
Cup race.
Sunday.
So we have a great car.